Good morning. Well, good morning. Good morning. Here we are, back again. Back once again for the Apostate Ape debates. Okay, what up, dog? What it is, good morning, homie. We turned this bad boy on about 15 seconds ago. Welcome in, everybody, to the channel where you can watch an undereducated hick perform an intellectual takedown of the Christian faith doctrine and logic for your entertainment. So welcome in to the greatest debate channel of them all, says Time Magazine. It says this is the most influential channel of the 21st century. Ain't that cool? I hear you, buddy. Same. Well, there's lots of problems that destroy this religion for me. Thank you for the heart there, buddy. Thank you. Good morning. Propaganda, if you requested up on purpose, hang out for another minute or two and I'll bring you up and we'll get the day rolling. We're going to let a couple people pop up in here. As usual, before we get going here, welcome in. Let me give Dr. Josh his plugs on Dr. Josh's amazing work here. I've still been learning the Hebrew from Dr. Joshua Bowen's book, Learn to Read Ancient Hebrew. You can get that bad boy on Amazon for $29.95 and learn Hebrew yourself. Because Dr. Josh knows how to teach shit. It's pretty amazing. Good stuff. Oh man, God is good. Praise Marduk. Yes, he is good. He is good. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Propaganda, if you requested up on purpose, let me know in the comments, please. And you're a Christian and you wanted to debate it anyway. Make sure we're getting the folks in order right this morning. Oh, okay, cool, man, cool. Yeah, give me like, what time is it, 8:05? Give me like maybe a minute and a half or 2 more minutes tops and we'll get going, dog. We'll get her going. Let me make sure I got all my stuff set here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Y'all know we like highly contentious but civil debates in here. We ain't having no third grade shouting arguments if we can help it. Oh, but I did get told on my YouTube channel, the guy that I got a little heated with yesterday, somebody told me in my YouTube channel that I misunderstood something he said and I jumped on him for it. So if you're happened to be here or that actually happened, I didn't have time to go look, but I deeply apologize if that was the case and you're who I was thinking of. So sorry if that was you, my bad. I definitely apologize. I did not mean to misunderstand anyone, and I do not like to misunderstand anyone. All right, let's get on going. I reckon here we'll bring up, who was it again? Propaganda. Propaganda, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you over 18?
Yes, sir.
You're one of the Christians?
Absolutely.
Cool. So which one of these topics did you want to debate us on today?
I can go each one line by line. I mean, the first question is, you call yourself a former Christian, so I believe
That's not a debate topic. That's just a header for the thing here.
Well, you know, if you're implying that you've studied or you used to be a part of the fold, so now you have some sort of knowledge about it. So I'm going to ask you, which fold were you a part of?
What do you mean, which fold?
I mean, there's many denominations, many of them false, and I
was more like a Southern Baptist-ish, I guess.
Yeah, so in my opinion, that's not you were never a Christian.
Yeah, y'all say that all the time because it's a no true Scotsman's fallacy. Y'all seem to like fallacies. So
no,
it's not an actual topic though. You say where the one starts here?
No, I said line by line. So we've already established that. I'm telling you that to your face. You were never a Christian.
One of the lines isn't an actual topic. So yes, I was.
We're going to establish.
I think I know what I was. Thank you.
No, I will tell you who you were. Yeah. You were never a Christian. So that's number one. So now we'll move to the next line. Sorry, do you know how a conversation works?
Yeah, do you?
All right.
You don't tell people what they think. That's how they work.
Well, if you truly believe that, you
can ask. That's how conversation actually works. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you think is a conversation. That's pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
No, it's called dictation. I'm dictating to you something.
Oh, okay. So well, I dictate that you were never a Christian, and you're not a Christian right now.
Well, that's false, and I'll just move on, right?
So, well, what you said is false.
See how quickly I just moved on.
Yeah, you see?
I didn't get butthurt. I didn't get
butthurt.
I didn't get butthurt.
It goes crazy, doesn't it?
I didn't get butthurt.
Yeah, I know.
So you were never a Christian. You were part of a
yes,
pagan.
I was. You're not a Christian right now.
Yes, I was.
You're part of a pagan ritual.
Yes, I was.
Are you getting butthurt and mocking me?
No, man. I just told you you're never a Christian. Look how if you're so happy to not be Christian anymore,
why are you Christian right now?
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry when I told you you were never a Christian?
I'm not angry.
Yeah, you did, man. You're getting all emotional, man.
Can you read the room?
Why are you getting emotional? So number one, you said no one should be a Christian. So
yeah,
why would you say that? I'm just interested.
Because Christianity isn't true. The Bible's false.
It's false. Okay. So by your accent, I can tell that you are American. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, I'm telling you, again, I'm going to dictate to you, the country you're living in was founded on Christian principles. That's 100% correct. Right?
It's not.
So even by the fact that you're allowed to even speak in this manner, it shows that you should be happy.
A Christian country.
Sorry, again, do you know how a conversation works?
Yeah, you say things.
All right, so just control yourself. Pipe down. You're gonna have an opportunity to respond.
You said things. Now,
so you don't know how a conversation works. So the country you're living in.
This is a conversation.
The country you're living in.
Talk at me. We have to actually have a.
Yes, you will have an opportunity. I will.
Yeah, prove it's a.
Let me finish a point.
Yeah, prove it's a Christian country.
Let me finish a point.
You said America's a Christian country.
Yes.
So prove it.
It was founded on Christian principles by Christian men.
It wasn't. Nope.
Again, I'm just. Can you let me finish a sentence? You can like I don't know.
What you said?
Are you like impulsive? Do you have like a psychological issue of some sort? Okay.
I do.
Yeah, of course you do. So this country was founded on Christian principles.
Prove what you said. Do you have a psychological
let me finish, man.
Issue?
This country was founded by Christian principles by Christian men.
It wasn't. Nope.
So I want you to say this. If you go to Saudi Arabia or a Muslim country and you talk about the Muslim religion like you talk about the Christian religion, you would be killed immediately.
Do you know how topics work?
Right. So you're in a country that's founded by Christian principles that even allows you to speak in that manner. So you should kiss the ground and kiss the cross, because you wouldn't even be allowed to talk about anything like that.
Look, you're living
in a Christian country, man.
I'm just going to drop you and move on to the next one.
You're living in a Christian country.
Like, are you going to prove what you? No, I'm not. I know what country I live in, and I know it's not Christian. So you can quit spouting all your nonsense and prove it.
All right, and now too, God is unjust.
Now prove it. No, fuck no.
God is unjust. That sounds like a 5-year-old.
When you can't substantiate one thing you say, what the fuck, dude? What's wrong with these people sometimes? Jeez Louise. Well, I'm just going to come up here and I'll dictate a bunch of things to you, and you're going to listen to it, and that's just what it is. We're not talking, but you don't know how conversations work. You're a funny dude, buddy. You're a funny dude. Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, that's how some people are. That's Christians train people to be like that, I think. Not all of them, but somewhat frequent. A little more frequent than I prefer, but whatever. All right, more money. Let's try more money. I like the sound of that. I don't think my money's here on purpose, though. My money, you're not loading in, so if you request it up on purpose, just try again there. Why are the comments getting filtered? Hold on a second. Let me, History Hound, I'll bring you up in just a second. Give me a second. I'm an atheist, and I don't know why comments are getting filtered here. Pooey. I don't know what's happening. Anyway. I'll figure out something about that in a minute. Anyway, let's bring up the next one. Mr. History Hound, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What up, buddy? You're over 18 and a Christian?
I'm over 18, and I believe that Jesus came here to show us who God is. Then they made a religion about him called Christianity. So I don't know. A lot of people think, well, he believes in Jesus, so he's Christian.
Did you just come up here to start talking at me, or can you actually address what I'm asking you?
Well, I'm trying to say that I can say, yes, I'm a Christian, but I don't believe like a lot of Christians do. So I believe Jesus came here.
A bunch of nonsense. But so you got one of these topics you want to debate us on?
Okay. So, yeah, God is unjust is what I want to address.
Okay, that's a good one. So I say God is unjust because he does things like generational punishments.
So what did I just tell you? I don't go by the Bible, bro. I don't go by the Bible. So you don't know about.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I didn't catch that part. Yeah, sorry. We only debate Bible believers up here.
Okay, run then, I guess.
Okay, well, we got nothing to debate. Why would I not run? What are we going to talk about? Your religion you made up in your head? Come on. You're supposed to debate that. Yeah, they are funny sometimes, aren't they? I'm a coward at heart because I'm not going to debate your made-up religion. How are you supposed to disprove somebody's made-up shit in their head? Like, it's not even a thing, man. I believe in the God of the Bible, but I don't believe the Bible. Bro, why are you requesting up again? Like, there's nothing to debate. If you don't believe the Bible, every time I say something, you're just going to say, I don't believe in the Bible. So, oh, that book's retarded. I don't know what that book is, but it's stupid, whatever it is. Probably just because you read it. Anyway. Try this one again. All right. Debate some real Christians, maybe. If we can load them in, that is. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate you. Gabby, you there?
Huh?
Gabby? Hello? Hello?
No.
I don't think Gabby's here on purpose. All right, well, the queue is empty except for the History Hound guy, and maybe you can't read very well, but this is a Christians only debate. So if you're not believing in the Bible, don't call me a fallacy user, but I'm not calling you a Christian. Joseph, you there?
Hello? My name's not Joseph.
What's up, man? What?
My name's not Joseph. I can't change my username.
Oh, what do you want us to call you?
Just call me Addison. My name's Addison. I don't know what's going on. What religion is that? What do you think, boy? What do you think I am, boy? Am I a what?
Never mind.
Wait, what?
You're obviously a child. Wait, what? You're obviously a child. I'll say it again for you. We don't talk to kids, buddy. Can somebody block him, actually? Oh, never mind. I got it. Get out of here, child. We don't want to talk to children. All right. Well, if you are a Christian and an adult, we would love to talk to you up in here. Today has been rough so far. Just a second. Let me. Oh no, I guess we don't. Oh, we have one there. Anyway, while we got a few in here, y'all don't forget we have been learning Hebrew with Dr. Joshua Bowens. Oops. A new book here, Learn to Read Ancient Hebrew, which the camera refuses to fucking zoom in on. There we go. Almost. That's what it looks like there, though. That's Dr. Joshua's Learn to Read Ancient Hebrew book. He cuts out all the bullshit. So you only learn the essentials? There he is. Thank you, Dr. Josh. And even if you don't want to learn another language like Hebrew, he has some more amazing books. If you're into apologetics and you like debating people, the Atheist Handbook to the Old Testament, Volume 1 and 2, is an absolute treasure trove of scholarly knowledge. So check them out. All on Amazon. And also, the Godless Engineer this October is having the Rocket City Reason Fest in Huntsville, Alabama. There's going to be a absolute plethora of debaters up there, famous debaters. I think Thanker's going to be there. Seth Andrews is one of the keynote speakers. Forrest is going to be there. So if you're like in the Southeast or you like to travel, North Alabama is going to be the place to be in October. So that's going to be awesome. Oh shit, thought we had somebody, but we don't. Thank you for the follow, guys. Thank you for the gifts this morning, all the likes and screen taps and stuff. All the stuff that TikTok demands of us. All the things that TikTok demand of us. Anyway, if you're a Christian and you want to talk to us, perhaps you can defend the faith better than the first two people. Because that was quite sad. Error, thank you so much. Somebody's getting a Christmas card. Thank you, Error. I appreciate that. I love the hand hearts. I appreciate it. I don't know what a flash goal is. I don't know what that means. Never mind. What? Oh, and by the way, if you was the person in here from yesterday that I got a little heated with, somebody on my YouTube channel told me that I misunderstood something they said and jumped on them. So if you were in here and that was you, I don't remember your name because the replays don't show names. But if that was you and I did do that, I deeply apologize for that. I am man enough to admit when I'm wrong. If I was wrong, I don't remember anybody saying anything. But then again, I don't know why they would say I did that if I didn't. So yeah. There's a Rocket City Reason Conference in North Huntsville, Alabama this October. Y'all can plan it out and you can get your tickets at the RocketCityReasonFest.com, I believe. But it was acting a little wonky for me earlier, so if you need a link, just send me a message, DM or whatever you call them on TikTok, and I will shoot you that link for the Rocket City Reason Conference, and we will see you there in October. Should be fun. There'll be a whole bunch of famous YouTubers and debaters there that's from this field, so it'll be pretty fucking awesome. Pretty fucking awesome. Ari, thank you. There's Ari. He always making an appearance. That's what I'm talking about. And if you are a Christian, please come on in. We need somebody to debate here. It's a rare thing that we don't have somebody to debate. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, North Alabama's where it's going down in October. Let's see here. Oh, still ain't got nothing. Well, y'all tap that screen for me, please. I sure appreciate it. Keep the algorithms flowing. Good morning, Queen. Not a Demon. What up? Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy. Well, y'all saw we got dictated to that we was never a Christian there. That's pretty funny. So I'm going to dictate to you how this is going to go. And apparently you don't know how conversations work. That was funny. I'll have to clip that one. Well, let's try this one here. Blowtorch, you there?
Yeah. How you doing?
Yep. Doing good, man. Are you over 18?
Yeah. 56.
Are you one of the Christians?
I was a Christian and I'm looking at it again. But I was just curious what made you go the other way.
The Bible for the most part.
The Bible?
Yeah.
Which part of the Bible?
All of it. It's too many problems, man. It can't be true. Jesus doesn't fulfill any of the prophecies that the New Testament says he does. God's a big piece of crap in the Old Testament, so I don't see why anybody should even be a Christian. So if you're considering it, you should reconsider, because it's not true.
Yeah, well, I mean, the ancient world is very different if we're looking through our lens today to look and try and judge what's gone on in the ancient world. But I don't know, they didn't have prisons in those days. They obviously had a different way of working through things and dealing with different things, and consequences for various things were obviously handled very differently to how we would see things today. But surely we've learned something from those times, because we're in a better place in some ways, but we're not that much more advanced than we were even then as human beings. I don't think that's the Bible's fault, is it?
I don't think so, but you know they did have prisons back then, right?
No, they didn't. Not in the ancient times. They were made into. They often handed themselves over. It wasn't like federally run. That's why slaves
like
were slaves.
USA, but they definitely had prisons. Yeah.
No, they didn't. That's why they were slaves.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. That's why they gave themselves as slaves. No, they didn't have prisons.
Why do you say they didn't have prisons?
Well, what proof do you have of any prisons? There's more proof the fact that they were slaves.
What proof do I have of any prisons?
Yeah.
That there was prisons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so what proof do you have? What archaeological evidence is there that supports that there were prisons?
There's lots of prisons.
In the time,
people that locked
the
themselves
time
in a
of
bunch
Egypt,
of prisons when Pompeii was exploding or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You ever heard of Pompeii?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there was people who locked themselves in prison cells because they thought it was sheltering them from the eruption.
Is that first century?
It happened in 70 AD, so yeah.
Yeah, so that's I'm talking about before Christ. I'm talking about the Old Testament. I'm talking about.
So you think prisons popped up a few years after Jesus, but it's unreasonable to think there was any before him?
Sorry? They hadn't come
so
up.
You're saying there was prisons in 79 AD, but not in
do you not think that's
before that?
Do you not think that's possible?
No.
No. You don't think that prisons were an evolvement of how they did things?
No.
All right. Fair enough.
Here, I'll show you. Let's look at something up. It says, yes, prisons existed in ancient times before the Common Era, BCE. Not as modern penitentiaries, but as dungeons, holding cells, or places of banishment in civilizations like ancient Rome, Greece, Egypt, China, for debtors, political prisoners, or criminals awaiting trial or punishment. So yeah, this definitely existed in the ancient world.
Yeah, but not a holding cell for someone who's committed something and then is going into a court is different.
That's what a prison is. It's a holding cell for somebody.
Yeah, but it's not holding hundreds of thousands of people as we are today. They're not.
I didn't say it. I never said it was just like today.
But exactly, that's my point. So it's not like today. There you go. We've agreed. Okay. So the prison system was not the same as it is today in the ancient times.
All right. Well, what about Christianity then?
But what about it?
I thought you were going to debate us on something with Christianity.
Well, there's kind of two things going on. You say you were a Christian, which I very much doubt. Because
yeah, of course.
Well, you tell me. You walked me through how you became a Christian. How did you become a Christian?
I was raised as one, and I wasn't until I was almost 30 years old. So saying I'm not one just makes you.
You're not raised a Christian. No one's raised. No, you're not raised. That's not how it works.
You don't know what you're talking about. Are you just blurting out whatever pops in your head?
At what point did you make a commitment that this is what you want to follow?
When I was a child. I got baptized when I was about 10 years old.
You didn't have enough conscious awareness to make that choice.
Man, fuck off.
Yeah, there you go.
With these lying motherfuckers today. What the shit? Holy crap. Was that the same dude from earlier dictating the conversation that I wasn't capable of having? What the fuck? Jeez Louise. All right, let's try the next one here. Maybe somebody's capable of no coherent thought here and not fallacies. King, you there?
Howdy. You able to hear me?
Yeah. You're over 18.
Yeah. I'll be 30 on the 14th. So.
Happy early birthday then. Well, are you one of the Christians too?
I consider myself a Christian. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So which one of these topics you want to debate us on today?
Well, I think I was just wanting to make a point about God being unjust. specifically just regarding the Old Testament, I think he is all throughout the Old Testament unjust, and wrong many times, and even sinister and disgusting in his nature. And I think that the New Testament completely contradicts the Old Testament in its entirety. There's many points throughout the New Testament where death and murdering is looked at as, one of the worst sins you could do, and in the Old Testament it's done all the time. So I just think that's a really interesting point. Yeah,
it sounds like we agree.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You did say you're a Christian, right? Or did I mishear that?
Yes. Well, I follow Christ's teachings, and I think that would mean I'm a Christian. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, doesn't it mean you serve this God that you just said's an unjust, horrible monster, though?
I think they're two separate gods. That's my whole point.
Which God do you serve?
I serve Christ. So Christ is different than Yahweh or Jehovah.
So you worship Jesus and not Yahweh.
I follow and serve Jesus. I don't worship him. There's a distinction that should be made. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Jesus said to keep God's laws to get to God, to heaven, right? He can't do anything without the Father.
Yes. But Jesus was sent to stop sacrifices, for one, which is what in the Old Testament God loved those kinds of things. But it's that God, there's new understanding that humans have, and then God has to get with the program, basically, is what I've seen. New light, as if you will, as it's put. Does that make any sense?
I guess it just sounds like you. I don't know what to call you there. It sounds like you're more like an atheist almost, since you don't actually serve a God. Or
well, I'm following what is the most loving thing. What you basically want your children to do, and would tell your children to do. Not
I would tell them to follow Jesus.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your hang up with Jesus specifically?
That he said a bunch of stuff that wasn't true. He said to follow God's laws.
He said that wasn't true? I want to know one thing that he said that wasn't true real quick.
Well, like in John, he said no one has ever seen God except the one. Or wait, he just says no one has ever seen God. But a whole bunch of people seen God in the Bible. So where the hell did he get that from?
Who has seen God that you know
of? In the Old Testament, Moses, Abdab, Ahab, and Nabahu, not Ahab, somebody in Nabahu, and 70 elders all see God. Jacob saw God. Moses saw him again in a tent, face to face. There's a whole bunch of people that sees God in the Old Testament. So it's awful strange that
more. With my understanding, it's that only Moses he's only seen the back of God. That's the only account that I've ever known about.
No, in Exodus 24, they have a whole banquet. There's Moses, Aaron, and Nadab, and 70 elders all see God at a banquet. It literally says they saw the God of Israel.
Interesting.
We read it if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, man.
Just a second.
Appreciate it.
I think it's 24. Yeah. Moses, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel went up, and they saw the God of Israel. Under his feet there was something like a pavement of sapphire stone, like the very heaven for cleanliness. God did not lay his hand on the chief of men of the Israelites. They beheld God, and they ate and drank. So it says twice in that paragraph that they see God.
Interesting.
That's nearly 75 people. Jacob wrestles with God. I think that's in Genesis 32. And it literally says he saw God face to face and lived. So it's like saying he saw the real God or something, because you can't see God and die, right? Godless. Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
There's got to be like a mistranslation somewhere or a misunderstanding at some point.
Well, whoever wrote that passage just didn't know the Old Testament very well, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Because Jesus also says in John that no one has ascended into heaven but the one who descended from heaven. So he's saying nobody went to heaven but him. But there's also, like, Elijah went to heaven in a chariot of fire. So Jesus is getting all kinds of stuff wrong.
Well,
he tells people in Matthew chapter 6 that he tells people not to worry about food, water, or clothing. He says God will provide all this stuff. He says God feeds the birds, and you're more valuable than the birds, so certainly he ain't going to let you starve. But, I mean, how many Christians have starved to death? Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Or at least proclaimed to be Christians. For sure, man.
Jesus chastises the Pharisees in Mark chapter 7 for not putting their children to unalignment as per the law of Moses. So, I mean, Jesus is not teaching all lovey-dovey stuff, you know. And in Revelation, he comes back and he seems awfully angry in Revelation, so.
Yeah.
Not very nice.
Yeah. Well, definitely, man. I got some points to consider. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for looking at that picture, man.
No problem.
All right.
Yo, have a good one, buddy. Here, I'll drop you back. If that was all there. Well, that didn't last long, but at least it was somebody cool to talk to this morning. We have been on the nut jobs today. Let's see. I guess Dr. Josh is there. All right, let's try the next one here. Oops, let me unfilter this. I don't know how the comments got filtered again. They're not supposed to be. Maybe it was on accident. Oops, sorry. All right. Well, we got 3 people in the queue. Who was next here? I think Redeemed was. Or not. Let's see if crap. Oh, Dr. Josh is gone already. I was going to try to ask him something real quick. Never mind. He'll be back. Dr. Josh is always hanging out with us. So let's kick this here. Oh, let's try this one. I guess that's no one. Oh, nope. Well, 3 people in the queue, but no one hung around. So, y'all keep tapping that screen for me, please. We'll get somebody in here in a second. No, undoubtedly. Don't seem to be a shortage of people to yell at us today. To dictate the conversations and tell me I was never a Christian. Thank you, Eric. That's why I keep that up there, though. For some reason, Christians just can't stand that somebody was a former Christian. It just blows their mind. They can't deal with it for some reason. Some of them can, anyway. Let's try the honeybee here. Honeybee, you there?
Hey, Grand Rising.
Hello. What's up? Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Cool. And did you say you were a Christian?
No, not by today's standards. I just have something to say about the last guest. He's right on about the Old Testament Yahweh not being the father. He received an inheritance in Deuteronomy, which means he can't be the father. His inheritance was Jacob.
You mean Yahweh?
Yeah, Yahweh received an inheritance, so he is not the father, El Elyon.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah. Not much argument there.
Right, so Jesus was revealing the true Father. So when he says he follows Jesus, I agree. That's my stance as well. I'm a follower of Christ, but not of the Old Testament Yahweh, because that's the God of this world, aka Satan.
Well, that's the same God who Jesus said to keep his laws.
No, Jesus came against the Mosaic laws.
No, he didn't. He said you have to keep them to get to heaven.
Well, he gave us.
He even made them worse. He made them about thought crimes.
He made
Mosaic law worse.
He gave us 2 commands: to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the only 2. And he
that's
said,
Levitic law, though.
To love God and love your neighbor as yourself?
Yeah, that's Levitic law. It's Leviticus 19. What up, godless?
Well, he abolished the law. It was nailed to the cross along with him. It was crucified. It says all of the...
Only Paul says that.
Well, I'm giving you my understanding and my opinion on it, and basically, I agree with you that the Old Testament God is not just. So, my point is.
But what Honeybee? What do you think about Matthew 5:17-19, where Jesus says that not a jot or tittle of the law will be wiped away or will disappear until the new heaven and the new earth are established?
Yeah, the new heaven and new earth were established.
When?
At the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem.
Oh shit! So like, you mean the earth completely destroyed, heaven completely destroyed, and it was remade?
Not what it meant. To the Jews, heaven and earth was the temple. So
no. So no, that's not. That's definitely not what Jesus meant in Matthew 5. Matthew 5,
it is. Go back to
Matthew 5.
Culture of the Hebrews and study what they knew was heaven and earth was the temple.
Honeybee, scholars, like this mainstream consensus identifies
scholars are indoctrinated.
Yes, obviously you don't care about scholarship. I get it.
Yeah, I do my own research.
I'm just saying that
cultural context, audience relevance, and historical facts.
Do your own research.
Okay, cool.
No, it's not historical
I'm not
facts.
Scholars.
No, okay. Well, then you could just trust like reading the Greek, because the Greek is very specific about this, and it's about like an actual new heaven and an actual new earth, right? When Jesus was unalived, that did not fulfill anything, which I don't even know what it means to fulfill the law in that particular respect. But he definitely says to keep the law until it is all accomplished. Is it all accomplished?
Yes.
Oh, what's the second coming then?
It was in 70 AD.
The second coming was in 70 AD?
Was that the day of judgment?
Okay, you're just fucking delusional, that's all.
No, I'm a full preterist. I believe in fulfilled eschatology. It's actually a thing.
Yeah, I call that dipshit theology.
Well, you can call it what you want, but it's the truth.
No, you can't establish it as truth.
Yeah, he said, some of you standing here will not taste death before the coming of the Son of Man in his kingdom. Those people are dead.
But he was wrong. He was talking about the day of judgment. He's talking about the end.
The day of judgment was the temple destruction. No, it's not the end of the world. It's the end of an age. The Mosaic age.
The coming of the Son of Man is after that. It says immediately after those days. That's he's talking about the temple. It says immediately after those days is when the end of the age will come, the day of judgment, because that's when he separates the sheep from the goats.
That happened.
That obviously didn't happen.
Temple. Yeah, it did.
You think the day of judgment's already happened?
Yes, it was the destruction of the...
So you've already been judged?
It's not for us. The Bible wasn't written to us. Audience relevance.
Well, then why take it serious? Why are you even a Christian?
I'm not a Christian. I told you that at the beginning. I'm not a Christian. I follow the original teachings of Christ, which are about inner alchemy.
Well, you said you wasn't a typical Christian by today's standards.
Well, so let me get this straight. So it's a relationship, not a religion, right? That's the kind of
Absolutely, but I'm an esotericist, so it's about what's happening within you. The kingdom of God is within you, not without.
Is it like deep inside you, like elbow deep inside you, or like?
It's like your anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is God's anatomy?
It's a mighty arm, I hear.
All right. Well, I got to get back to work. Bye.
Oh, well, have a good one.
But she was like, it's anatomy. It's like, I feel like a lot of times people don't understand the innuendo that's baked into Christian theology.
I think not. In fact, I throw them out there in a serious manner sometime, and the joke always goes over their head. Nearly every time. Almost nobody catches it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to come up and take spotlight or anything like that.
Oh, of course not, dog. I was plugging the Rocket City Reason earlier, so it's super cool you showed up.
Yeah, I heard you. I really appreciate that. Really hoping that we get a lot more tickets sold and we have really good events. So we're trying.
Yeah, we was talking yesterday. We had Mama Bash, if you know her, was up here, and everybody. Well, it turns out there's a whole bunch of atheists that we figured out yesterday was all from Alabama. So we started talking about the Reason Conference up there, and I said we all got to go to this. That's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm so happy to hear that. Because there's no shortage, of atheists here in Alabama. So I really hope that we get a lot of people coming.
Well, I can think of like 4 until yesterday. Now it like doubled some. But
Nice.
what was his Zach Hoffman? He's from Nashville, but he said he's gonna sign up and come. Like he's pretty famous voice actor, if you know who that is. I don't think he's here today.
Oh, is that Lazar?
Oh
Lazar,
yeah.
Zach Hoffman? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
awesome.
yeah, that's him. Yeah. Yeah, he was a voice actor. I think one of the most recognizable parts he had was from Five Nights at Freddy's. I think he said it was. He was one of the voices for one of them, Nightmare Bear or something.
Yeah, I think he was that. He was also in, I believe, Baldur's Gate 3 and Path of Exile 2.
Holy shit! What a resume. Must be cool to have a cool job like that. But you got some time to oh, never mind. Oh, no, we did got one. You got some time to hang around for another debate here?
Maybe I might have to drop in the middle of it because I'm gonna have to get back to work. I got a meeting to run, but if you're still on later, I might pop back in.
I'll be on here for a while, I believe. We'll try to bring it to that. But shit, I appreciate you coming up either way, man, and thanks for the conference we're gonna have. Alabama needs a big ass conference, a really big one.
We're really hoping to make it like a yearly thing, but we'll just have to see how this first one goes.
I think it'll be awesome. I'll definitely be there. That's for sure. We got quite a crowd was talking about it yesterday, so I'm sure we'll have a good turnout.
Yeah, I hope so. We got a great lineup, and because for anybody that doesn't know that's listening right now, we've got Seth Andrews that's coming, Forrest Valkai and Erica. They're going to be talking about science communication and disproving like bad ideas and everything. And then we got a bunch of panels that are going to be going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait, man. It is on October, ain't it?
Yep, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So it's that weekend before Thanksgiving, I think it is.
Man, it's gonna be awesome, man. So yeah, if y'all are in the southeast or you like traveling, Huntsville, Alabama is where it's gonna be going on in October. So make sure you're there or be square. Some super famous people coming.
I'm definitely round, so I'll be there for sure.
I'll run around you. We'll be walking around, but yeah, it'll be awesome, godless. I mean, it's going to be a great event, I think. Got a powerhouse of a line up there. Line up, I meant. Not line up there. Try this one here. David, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing good. Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Awesome. Are you one of the Christians?
I guess so. I mean, I just wanted to say this. Like, I was raised Catholic, right? I was baptized without asking, I guess. And like, I'd never been baptized as an adult and never took Christianity seriously because of that, right? And I had all these Christians around me growing up, and I started studying it. And I just noticed that there's like this attitude with these Christians that come up here and the way they speak to you. And I mean, you do it too, right? So like everyone starts getting these arguments. I thought the whole point of Christianity was learning about it, not saying that you know everything about it, or not saying that you're supposed to apply it to your life and all this stuff, right? I mean,
I guess.
Well, you were a Christian.
I don't know how to. Yeah, but I don't know how to judge a Christian just by seeing or talking to one. Pretty much no matter what happens. So, hey, if I squirt you in the face with holy water with a super soaker, will that be baptizing you?
No, because I guess I would have to want it, right? So, yeah, I mean, you know
Yeah, I
what I
guess.
mean? I'm not like one of these people that are just like, oh, I believe everything. The reason why I would study the Bible is because I don't believe it, and applying it to your life, and and why these people would say that, and making sense of it, and everything like that. Guys, like, stop attacking this guy. I didn't believe in it either. You know, what made you
I mean,
step away from it?
just the Bible, really, just realizing all the problems that it had when you're supposed to question these things. Once I actually realized that you're like literally the second that I realized you're supposed to question these things is about the time I dropped the belief. Because as soon as I realized the questions have to be asked, I already knew that they wasn't going to hold up because I already knew most of the answers.
Yeah, so like, why are they so mad at you? That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, it's a touchy subject, man. I mean, I sort of get it. That's why I cut people a lot of the slack that I do. But we have good conversations too. I mean, some people's really cool to talk to. Other ones are really mad. I mean, you just can't never really tell, man. We
Yeah,
don't get
no,
to
I
filter
hear
them
you.
out through TikTok, you know.
You know what's weird, dude? I started studying with the witnesses, and that was like the worst hate I've ever gotten in my life. I started studying with them, and
Picture that.
and dude, they hate the people hate me for that. They hate once you. This is what I noticed about Christians. When you start telling them that most of their practices are pagan, they start attacking you. And it's like you've like totally destroyed their world. You totally destroyed their view on this religion, and it's crushing to them. So, and I'm sure you know this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's programmed in us, honestly. People get mad about little things, but I think it's just evolutionarily explained because humans evolved in like small hunter gatherer groups. So we're almost like genetically programmed to get mad about little things like that because it comes down to survival. Like I like to use the example, like, say a dude throws a gum wrapper down in the parking lot and you get infuriated about it. It's not a super big deal that a tiny piece of paper got through down, but in our own heads, we make it so extreme that like, if this guy's so lazy he couldn't walk 4 more foot to a garbage can and throw that away, what's he going to do out here on the hunt? You know what I mean? Like he's just going to be lazy. He's going to get us all killed. Like we can't survive with this. Like that's what I think it comes down to ultimately is extreme thought or just kind of programmed in us. So I try to cut people some slack, but I get irritated myself sometimes, even though I try not to. But
Can I ask you one question before I leave because I'm at work, right?
sure, sure.
The whole thing about Jesus Christ being God, and this is to all the Christians too. How could Jesus Christ be God if he was saying that he does not know the time or the date or the end of the world? Only his Father does. He prays to his Father. He says that give all glory to him who sent me, his Father. I never understood this, and the witnesses kind of believe the same thing. They believe that he was given authority by his Father, not he was God. And it just seems like every single time I bring this up, people point to a piece of scripture where a man referred to him as Lord. So, dude, I see it in these people, and guys, I wish you would just like chill out and like read it and at least interpret it the way it was read instead of interpreting it the way you want it to be, like with Santa Claus and all this other crap. And it just, I don't know. But anyway, I like your show, dude. The show's really good. You're on
Oh,
YouTube?
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
on.
put the replays on my YouTube channel every day. I haven't figured out how to stream them simultaneously yet, so
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Awesome. Yeah, you got a really good show. I appreciate you having me up. All right.
Yeah,
Have a
thank you,
good day,
man. I
man.
appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
Back at you here. I'll drop you back here. And yeah, I mean, honestly, the more I hear, the further I get to thinking Jesus was even a real person, honestly. I don't think it's unreasonable to think
Hey,
maybe the
Saint.
story was based on some sort of. I forgot you. Oh shit, that's a trip. But like I was saying, like I don't think it's too crazy to say it was probably all based on maybe a real character in history, but all semblance of this man is absolutely lost. Like all we have is a story about somebody who may or may not have existed. So whether it actually existed or not really becomes relevant at that point. if you don't know the real person. So can you really even say that person that we're talking about existed? You know what I mean? When it comes down to it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like whether or not like there was a real person, it's definitely not the gospel Jesus, and there's nothing in the gospels that we can actually discern as being like, historical. Like there's no good methodology for discerning between historical fact and just made up bullshit. And so it's kind of, it makes it impossible to determine what's real. And if you can't determine what's real, then how can you make any kind of definitive statement about this character?
You can't. He's gone. It'd be like, like saying Hercules was a real person. Like even if he was like so fucking what?
Yeah. I've got to jump into a meeting here at work. If you're still alive here in a little bit, I might jump back up. But I hope you have a great day if I don't see you again. And thank you so much for pushing the conference. We really are hoping to get like, a bunch of people.
Well, I'll be doing my part, buddy. Don't you worry about that.
Media, because I think that yeah, I think that there's a lot amongst the organizations that are out there. They have a real negative sort of view about the online space, and we're really hoping to change that. And so we're hoping to, show the power of community online and how that's how you reach people. And so that's what we're hoping to accomplish with this. But hey, we're planning on putting a featured guest list out on the website here soon. I'm getting that together now. And I'm going to put you on the featured guest list so that, people know that you'll be there. All right.
You mean me on? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's totally cool. Hell yeah, that'll be awesome. I will be there.
I'll let you know when I get that put up, okay?
Hell yeah, man. I usually got at least 75 to 100 people out here, so I'll push it every day until then, man. I'll do my part.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, back at you, buddy. Have a good one, man. We'll catch you after a while.
Yep, you too.
I'll back at you, man. Oh, never mind. He's got it. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. No comment. Is that the same? Is that the same person? Anyway, let's try this one here. I don't think no comment requested up on purpose, too. Oops, nope. Oh, I thought Azario was requested up, but I guess it was an accident. Well, Pibby. Maybe no comment, did. Yo, dog. Did you request up on purpose?
Sorry.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think so. I had a feeling that was an accident. Error, thank you. Look at that little dog butt. How cool is that? Error, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it, guys. TikTok loves the gifts. That's definitely the best way to support the channel. But you don't have to give gifts. Just being here, tapping the screen, throwing a comment in every now and then, reposting the live, all help immensely. Very much, and it's very much appreciated. Let's see. Y'all heard it here. I'm a featured guest at the Rocket City Reason Conference. That's pretty cool. Be there or be square. Y'all can meet the ape in person. Oh, thank you, guys. Heather, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Well, all right. Well, if you're a Christian and you want to talk to us, come on up here. I didn't even put like super contentious topics up here. Thank you, Mommy. Good morning. Have a little cup of joe there. But yeah, if you're a Christian, come on up. We want to talk to you. We would love to have an actual good conversation up here. Because this morning, the pool has been quite thin. Certainly that's not the case, though. It's only been 54 minutes. I mean, the analytics on the live's doing great here, so. No doubt we'll have somebody run through any moment now. What's up, P. Mars? Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I was scrolling back here. I just now noticed that. But thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I do feel like it's a bit of... Make my head a little big. That'll be cool. Let me see who's up in here right now. Anybody? No. Not sure there's any Christians in here right now. God is just in all his ways, but you will find fault with him. Well, I do find fault with him because he's not just in all his ways. Obviously. I mean, a quick read, that's pretty clear, I would think. Unless you like, change what justice means. But, I mean, yeah, that's all. Should be a given almost, I think. Should be a given almost. Dang it, I thought, shit. I should have said something a second ago, but I missed my chance. Duty. Duty. Anyway, guys, y'all keep tapping the screen for me, please. Keep the algorithm going until we'll get somebody debating here for sure. Usually, we always do. Thank you for that repost, Les. I appreciate that. That helps the streams a lot. Make your guest one panel. How do I do that? Yeah, that's weird. It's showing it. Now that you mention it, that makes sense. But it's showing it for me. Maybe I can change it. Guest panel. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Does that have? Can you even? No. My goodness. Alright, so. Dang it. Hold on a second. What about that one? Is it still cut off? Can everybody see all the words up here? It's showing them to me. That's how I always judge it. But apparently it don't come through on the live like that. Y'all know it's truncated. Wish I knew what that word means. Okay, so it is unreadable. Alright, let's see here. Alright, P Mars, just a second and I'll bring you up, homie. Or if you request it up on purpose, I will. Ah, thank you. Got a little education there today. Let's do this. Hey, don't y'all laugh at that. How dare y'all? I mean, I know what it meant. I just forgot. All right, let's try this. Dang, what was I even on before? Like, what was... Oops. What about that? Still the same? Dang, really? Yeah, I just feel like that's kind of small, but as long as it's showing all, I guess that's okay. Yeah, I want to cut off. It's showing it for me. I've still got... Good Lord, on my screen, there was a ton of stuff on the edge over here. Anyway, all right. Fine, appreciate you. All right, let's bring up Mr. P. Mars here. I think.
Hi.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, so my pastor is really into prophecy, and I told you, like, he gave me that list of the prophecies that Jesus fulfilled. I thought maybe we could just talk about one of them.
Sure.
In Genesis 12:3, God says, I will bless, talking to Abraham, I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the peoples of the earth will be blessed through you. So that it's a prophecy that through Abraham's descendants, all nations will receive a blessing. And then Jesus would fulfill that as Abraham's descendant, right? According to Matthew 1:1. And he provides salvation to all nations. So that would make him an ultimate blessing to the world.
You said Genesis 12, right?
12:3, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's talking to Abraham.
Yeah, he's talking to Abraham
specifically in this one.
Yeah, he says your descendant, all nations will receive a blessing through your descendant. And Jesus, Abraham's descendant, blessed all nations by providing salvation to everyone. How's that not a fulfilled prophecy?
Well, I think contextually he's decreeing that to Abraham and the Israelites. I don't think he's referring to a single person here. So I don't see where Jesus would step into that role. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's just referring to Israel there. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. When the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your offspring, I will give this land. Yeah, he's just talking about the inheritance there. I don't think that's referring to like a person way later that's fulfilling a prophecy necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how you can relate that to Jesus, but I mean, I would see several problems with that being the contextual part of that he's talking to Abraham here and referring to what seems to be Israel more than like a person to be saved by. But even if you make the case Jesus saved everybody, I don't think Jesus actually saved everybody. So I'm not sure that would fit the prophecy contextually either way.
No, he provides salvation for everyone. He doesn't. Not everyone receives the salvation because, like, some people don't open up the gift, but the gift is given. So I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm not seeing here in Genesis, though. I don't see the part about salvation. It just says, I will bless you and curse those who don't.
No, but Genesis is talking about a blessing. Salvation would be a type of blessing. Do you disagree with that? You don't think salvation's a blessing?
Well, I mean, you could call it a blessing, but I'm not sure it counts as a blessing. Like,
how does it not count as a blessing? What the hell's a blessing?
A blessing is the opposite of a curse in the Old Testament.
Okay.
It's like a curse is like a magical cursing, and a blessing's like a magical
a blessing is a
promotion,
gift.
Basically.
A blessing is a gift from God, and salvation is a gift from God. I mean,
like I said, you could relate it to that, sure, but I don't think that it's referring to the same things.
Okay,
but like it uses the
word
salvation
clear,
in Hebrew.
It's pretty unreasonable to deny that salvation is a blessing. I mean, it's very clearly a blessing. So I think that shows that
related to that. Like if it's
not even. It's like literally directly a blessing. Like I think you're being like kind of bickering and unreasonable to deny that salvation is a blessing. Don't you?
I'm just saying. No, not really, because when it means salvation, it usually says salvation. Is what I'm saying. I can see how you can call it a blessing.
Is salvation a gift?
No, you have to earn it.
What?
According to Paul, it might be a gift, but according to Jesus and according to God, it's not. You have to do the will of the Lord to get to heaven. That requires work. Okay. It's not a free gift.
Well, I find it hard to like talk about the scripture with you because it seems like your interpretation is way off. Because I use context, grammar, and reason. It seems like you just kind of put your resentment and bitterness into the text. So I guess it's just like...
Well, it just don't seem to be lining up to me.
Huh?
Like, I don't think that lines up contextually or per words.
Yeah, it does.
Dictionarily.
My interpretation does. The key phrase is the final clause, in you or through you, all families and nations of people of the earth shall be blessed. So the Hebrew preposition here is translated as in or by through, but this preposition often indicates it means like instrumentally or a sphere in connection with. So this is suggesting that the blessing comes through the instrumentality of Abraham or his line, rather than a vague association with Abraham. So it's a universal promise to all families of earth, and that echoes the families scattered in Babel, where humanity was divided after the rebellion. So God's reversing the curse of sin and division by promising a blessing that reaches every family, group, nation, not just one people.
Yeah, but I feel like if it meant salvation there, it would say salvation is my issue with that.
Yeah, I know, but
for salvation.
All right, and that's where I think that reveals that you're not actually interested in having like a good faith conversation, because like obviously that salvation is considered a gift, right? And it's
no,
a gift.
I don't know that.
Well, that's just unreasonable. Like, I think it's pretty common knowledge.
Well, it's not. It's what it says.
That's fine. It's commonly known that like salvation is considered a gift, and a gift is a blessing. And so I think anyone who's honest with themselves and is like listening to us talk is seeing that you're being bad faith. So
I said I see how you can relate it to a blessing. You make sense when you say that it is a blessing. That's what I'm saying. But contextually in Genesis there, I don't think that it's talking about salvation. It's just talking about blessings and curses on who likes you and who don't. I mean, it's favoritism.
Right, and I think that's really bad faith of you to say that, right? I think like it's just like unproductive to have a conversation when you're like so uncharitable. I think it's just like ridiculous. So it's really
how charitable am I supposed to be?
I'd be charitable to you. Like I wouldn't do this shit to you.
What? You're making it sound like I'm being nasty at you.
You are. It's really weird. I think this is like. I think this is worth. What you're doing is worse than like saying the N-word with the hard R. I think this is like deplorable behavior, immature. I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't have any. I like you, but I'm just being honest. Like I think this is just wrong.
I mean, I get it. I just don't know why you would put it like that. That's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think I was being dishonest, because I told you when Jesus says, he says, I'm going to reward each man according to his works, according to what he has done. In Matthew 24, he separates the sheep and the goats based on what you've done and how you treated other people. That's not a gift of salvation. It says you have to do the will of my Father to get to heaven, not that you're getting a free gift. If it was a free gift, everybody would just be going to heaven. That don't make sense.
So in Galatians 3:16, when Paul says the promises that were made to Abraham and to his offspring, it does not say and to offsprings, referring to many, but it refers to one, and to your offspring, and then Paul says it's Christ. So Paul's wrong.
Yeah, Paul says that, but Jesus never says that.
Right. So you disagree with Paul.
Yeah, I agree with Jesus and disagree with Paul.
I don't understand how we can have a productive conversation if you disagree with what the Bible says so blatantly. So I don't. What is the point? Like if you're just
some of it.
Yeah, if you're picking and choosing like what parts of the Bible you believe and what parts you don't believe, how can we have a productive conversation? Because you're just doing eisegesis.
I mean, if we can't have a conversation, I guess we can't. I'm just telling you, what Paul says don't line up with what Jesus says.
Paul says exactly what I'm saying about this promise to Abraham in Galatians 3:16. So he is interpreting it exactly how I'm interpreting it. And you're saying that I'm wrong. So you're saying the Bible...
I'm saying Paul's wrong.
You're saying Paul's wrong, but Paul wrote most of the New Testament. So
yeah, no,
how can the author be wrong about his own book? Like, and it's like, how can I have a reasonable conversation with you if you're denying the author to the Bible?
I'm just saying Paul's wrong. He doesn't agree with Jesus.
Yeah, but
I can show you where Jesus says one thing and Paul says the opposite.
Okay, but where do you get the standard? Like, who's the arbiter of what in the Bible is true and what in the Bible is false? Who decides that? Are Are you the authority?
I decided ultimately, but
you're the authority of what's true in the Bible.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, who's the authority of what's true in the Bible? How are we picking?
I'm just saying. If one thing says one thing and another book says another, only one of them or both of them is wrong. Only one of them can be right,
or
both of them are wrong. That's
two things can be true, and you're just
not contradictory things.
Yes, they can.
No, contradictory things can't be true at the same time.
No, there's another type of reasoning. So you're thinking of like analytical philosophy, but there's continental philosophy where they do type of a reasoning called a dialectic. And the whole Bible is written in a way that is there's intentional contradictions because, for example, like you can't talk to God. No one can see God, right?
Not according to the Old Testament.
But we see Jesus, so that's a contradiction, isn't it?
Well, Jesus isn't God, so I wouldn't say that's a contradiction.
Okay, this is just so Looney Tunes. All right, bye.
All right, bye. Goodness gracious. Well, me saying blessing isn't salvation is worse than saying the N-word, apparently. Never heard that one before. Which, by the way, I never feel comfortable saying. Well, let's try the next one here. Or not. That one wasn't there. Interesting. I've also never heard anybody say two contradictory things can be true at the same time. That's I guess we know to stay away from continental philosophy there now. All right. Let's try this one here. Moloch stare, is that what that is?
Yes, I got a question. So whenever Isaiah 7:14
is just a second. Are you over 18 first?
Yeah.
And you're a Christian?
Yeah.
All right, now go ahead.
Okay, so Isaiah 7:14, what's that talking?
Say that again.
14 is referring to a virgin birth.
You teacupped out there. You'll have to start over.
Okay, so Isaiah 7:14 is referring to a virgin birth. How is that referring to the nation state of Israel?
It's not referring to a virgin birth to begin with, and it's not referring to anything about a Messiah. It's referring to the Assyrian invasion into Judah in the time of King Ahaz.
The virgin shall conceive and give birth to a son. That's literally what Isaiah 7:14 says.
It doesn't say that in Hebrew. It says ha'amahara, which means a young woman is with child. That's what it says in Hebrew. The virgin part only shows up in Greek translations. And the churches know that's not the actual word, but they keep it there as a matter of tradition.
Okay, so what's it showing for the Hebrew translation? Where are you getting that from?
What do you mean?
What's your what are you using for your Hebrew interpretation or the reading? What are you using for the Hebrew reading?
Oh, I'm on a Bible Gateway here.
Just give me a second. I'm going to pull it up in Hebrew as well.
Yeah, have you got a study Bible? I don't know if he's swapping away or teacupping or what's happening there. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love talking about Isaiah 7, though. This is a good one. This one goes off in many directions here. So I guess he's looking at Hebrew, which is going to say ha'almahara, which means the young woman is with child.
Yeah, okay, so I looked it up. There's some Old Testament manuscripts that say virgin, and there's some that don't say virgin.
There's none of them that say virgin in Hebrew. That word is betula.
Manuscripts that show that there are both.
There's no actual ancient Hebrew manuscripts that say the word virgin.
Well, Google's like disagreeing with you, so I mean.
Well, we got a Hebrew scholar in the comments right now. We've talked about this a whole bunch of times.
So, I mean, are we not looking into the possibility that it's like explicitly left out, or the ones that did include it?
Which Hebrew? Well, that was a better question. Which Hebrew manuscript are you looking at that says the word virgin?
Word virgin in Isaiah 7:14, and this says there are some that show that the word virgin is used, and there's some that says will be with son, as you said. So I mean, there's Old Testament manuscripts that show both.
I don't think there's a single manuscript that uses.
I think the most important
one
would probably be the Dead Sea Scrolls, Isaiah 7:14, which I'm not informed on, so I'm gonna just have to go look at that. But I mean, yeah, it's something to look into. I didn't know that there was Old Testament manuscripts that say that that just says she will be with son. But I mean, what about pierce for our iniquities? And I've been to synagogues whenever we've read from Isaiah. And we specifically skipped over Isaiah 53, the final paragraphs of Isaiah 53, which is referring to pierce for our iniquities.
Well, before we move on, we can move on to that one. I like 53 too. But even if Isaiah 7 said the word virgin, do you know what it actually says this Messiah here is supposed to do? You know who Emmanuel is?
Is with God is what the name translates to.
Yeah, it's just about the name. It's not about the child. The child isn't a Messiah. It never says it's a Messiah or the child's going to do anything at all.
But contextually, wait, hold on. But literary analysis shows that contextually, even secular historians agree that Isaiah's. Some scholars do point and say that Isaiah could be referring to the nation state of Israel, but with context, you can obviously that Isaiah is referring to a person, not a nation.
Well, it depends. In Isaiah 7, he's definitely not talking about Israel. He's just talking about the Assyrian invasion. This is a sign to King Ahaz. Emmanuel means you're going to win against Assyria. That's what the context of Isaiah 7 is. And in chapter 8, it tells you that Emmanuel is actually Isaiah's son. Like, all this comes true in the next chapter. This don't have anything to do with the virgin birth of a Messiah. That's my point here. Even if it did say virgin, it doesn't really matter.
Old Testament prophecy on the Messiah, that's not how it's attributed. Even current day Talmudic Jews interpret it as it could be their upcoming Messiah. So I mean, I don't even think that Jews today would even agree to that.
I know plenty of them that do. That's how I learned this.
You know plenty of them that do. I mean, but there's also Talmudic Jews that are saying that it's still referring to the Messiah that's yet to come. Well, if I know some that do and you know some that don't, it's not going to get us anywhere. So we'll just have to go with the context of what it says. Like, where does it ever say that this child called Emmanuel is going to be anybody? Like I said, 7:14, you clearly seem to be more informed on that than I do. I mean, I don't have the information on that, but I'm talking about, in my experience, Isaiah 53, which was, I'll give you 7:14. I don't know enough to debate you on it. But I was just saying that there are Old Testament manuscripts that do say virgin birth. But we can move on from that to 53. So we specifically skipped over 53 readings in the synagogue whenever we were doing Torah readings. I'm just wondering why that would be skipped over. And that's not an uncommon thing for synagogues to skip over 53 Torah readings.
I don't know why they would skip over it, but I don't know any Jewish scholars that I know of that think this is about a Messiah. Like in chapter
pierced
52,
for our
it
iniquities.
Prefaces the sufferings. Well, I don't even think it says pierced there for starters, but we can get to all the linguistical problems. But in chapter 52, before the servant song actually starts, it prefaces what's happening here. Oops.
You don't think the suffering servant passage is referring to Jesus?
No, No, it tells you who it's referring to. And in chapter 52, before it starts, it prefaces by letting you know who's going to be talking in chapter 53. I don't know if he's got a bad signal or he's swapping away. I don't know where it went there. What up, Dugald? Hadn't seen him in a minute. What up, big homie? LX6 reads. Is that a Hebrew one, Dr.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up. I'm probably gonna swing back around in a few minutes. I'm gonna read up on this scripture, see the Hebrew translations, because that's what you're reading from, and see in a few. But just before I go, Shroud of Turin, do you not give that any authenticity?
I don't personally.
Okay, so you're probably going off the carbon dating that shows that it's from the 1300s. Did you see that Oxford University concealed the results for 38 years until they were subpoenaed by a French judge to release the study results? And they showed that they carbon dated the cotton partition that was repaired in a fire. So for an authentic carbon for an authentic carbon dating of the Shroud of Turin, the composition analysis would have to show that you're carbon dating silk, right? I mean, even secular historians would agree that first century burial practices included putting a silk shroud over a person, especially if they had
I don't think they had silk in first century Middle East.
No, they definitely did. They definitely did.
I don't think so.
And if you look at the composition analysis, it shows cotton for Oxford University. Oxford University concealed the results for 30 plus years, and they were subpoenaed.
But they're not even the only ones who did a test on it, though.
Yeah, there was 2 other ones, and they both said that it was first century authentic.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
There's 2 different letters.
There's 3.
A Protestant and a Catholic letter where both of them denounce it.
There was 3. There was 3 tests done by university. I'm talking about university carbon dating. 3 were done.
Yeah.
2 said it's from the 1st century. 1 said it's from the 13th century. And even if, let's put devil's advocate here and say that it is. Let's say that it's a medieval forgery. Why can't we replicate it today? There's no way that it can be replicated. It's never been replicated.
There's at least 2 people that I know of that did it.
There's 2 people that replicated the shroud, and it was 0.2 microns through the fibers of the. It's 0.2 microns. Yeah. You know that there's a $5 million reward through. There's an organization in England that says if you can replicate it and disprove the shroud, it's like $5 million. So if you know somebody that can, they should go present their work because it's $5 million reward. I'm going to be honest with you. There was a university in Germany that attempted to replicate it, and the energy required to replicate it is like 30,000 watts of energy. If they can replicate the shroud, then that'd be a scientific miracle, genuinely. So,
okay. Well, that's cool. But read chapter 52, 53, 54 of Isaiah.
Yeah, I'm going to give it some Hebrew readings, but you got to also look at the Hebrew translation with a little bit of bias. I'm pretty sure if there was any manuscripts that did point towards there being a prophesizing Jesus, that would probably be conveniently left out. And it says in the Talmud that if there are any things that would refer to Jesus, that they're supposed to specifically conceal it.
Oh, I don't think they have to worry about that personally, because it tells you that the servant who's suffering here is Israel multiple times. All the context points to this being Israel. Like
Yeah,
later
I
on in
mean,
the chapters it
I
says
think that's
kings
a
are going to come to
I
you in
think that's a
processions bringing you
disagreement.
gifts. Like it's talking about
I
Israel.
just think we disagree there because there are many secular historians that think that it's referring to Jesus. I mean, there's some that think that it's referring to the nation of Israel, but I mean, most of those people are Jewish scholars. I think you're cherry picking a little bit.
Check. Oh, I'm definitely not. I'm using the actual context. But just go read them and then come back when you're a little more confident on it and we'll go through it.
Yeah, I got you, man. But I think you got to look at those Hebrew manuscripts with a little bit of bias as well.
I mean, that's fine. I can agree with that. Oh, well, it just dropped. All right. Well, so the main reason that I always bring up before he comes back, I'll go ahead and do a little in case anybody's wondering. So I think the biggest telltale signs of why Isaiah 53, the suffering servant, is not Jesus, is revealed in the first two verses. It says, "Who has believed what we have heard, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed?" And it tells you who the arm of the Lord is being revealed to in chapter 52, right before the suffering servant song starts. Here's the important part. It says, "The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of God." So it's literally saying all the nations are seeing this holy arm being revealed, right? And then right after that, it says, "Depart, depart, go out from there, touch no unclean thing, purify yourselves from the midst of it." The exiles are living Babylon. Like, they're watching the exiles leave Babylon. There's no way this is about Jesus. Like, no way. There's some Hebrews out there. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, but it seems pretty clear to me. Like, seems to be what it's saying the whole time, because that seems to be what it's talking about. It's the Babylonian captivity, is it not? I think it is. Let's see here. Oh, hell yeah. Sons of God knows. That's a scholarly dude right there if I ever seen one. Oh, he's requesting up there. Oh, there's Rabbi in here. Hold on, let me see if
what's up, Jesse?
Sons, what's up going, buddy?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Here's the Rabbi too. What is up? I haven't met you before.
I have never met you. It is very nice to meet you. I was having coffee scrolling through, and I heard the gentleman before saying, "Oh, it means virgin." And I, in my head, of course, I'm like, "No, it doesn't. That would be Betula. It would be Alma is what's used in 714." There are no Hebrew manuscripts, by the way, that use Betula. It is all Alma. What was funny is I was typing that in the comments, and when you said we have a Hebrew scholar in here, I was like, does he know me? And then I realized my colleague Josh was in the comments.
Yeah,
Dr. Josh is my best friend.
Yeah, I love Josh. Josh and I are friends. So when
That's
I looked
awesome.
at it, I was like, oh, Josh. And when he's like LXX, I'm like, right, there's nothing that says anything other than Alma. Alma is the word that is used. And there is no such thing for the 79 people in your room. As a Talmudic Jew, I have no idea what the hell that man was talking about.
Yeah.
There is no such thing.
So that the Septuagint was actually what was used in the days of the disciples of the first century. So the idea that there would even be a virgin birth is not stemming from the idea of the Hebrew Bible, of Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, because actually, if you just read the next chapter, you can see that either it's speaking about Ahaz or it's King Ahaz. And it's being clarified within the agreement that's being made between Israel and Syria that this is the one that was mentioned of here. And then Isaiah 53, when you look at the suffering servant psalm or suffering servant chapter, it's about Israel. It's about the glory that Israel was supposed to share with the people. So I don't see any stock and credence in trying to use the Hebrew Bible in order to justify the means of who Jesus Christ was. In other words,
we don't skip Isaiah 53 as Jews. I have no idea why he'd say that. It doesn't say piercing though; it says excavated.
I think he was trying to turn that into a conspiracy theory.
He was. He sounded like he was low key wanting to be anti-Semitic.
It doesn't say piercing either. It says excavate. There's a difference.
Apostate, for you and anybody in your chat, just so you know, Rabbi Hannah and I actually do a monthly special where we talk about these things and actually do translations and stuff. So you all are welcome to check it out. It's called a rabbi or an atheist, a rabbi, and a priest walk into a live.
We try to go. We do it once a month.
Yep, we try to do it once a month. We're skipping this month, but we're going to start back up again in February.
In February, yeah. We've been doing it for about 6 months now.
A little longer, yeah.
It was what? Say the name of it again.
An atheist, a rabbi, and a priest walk into a live.
Sounds. I know jokes like that.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna say about here when we get banned on TikTok.
But we haven't scheduled February's out, but I'll announce it when we do, and we'll advertise for it. But yeah, just for this very reason, so that people stop saying goofy stuff like that last man just said.
I'm sure it'll work.
That was goofy. Yeah. So, I really did. I was like, I don't think I've ever met this man. So I see there's a Hebrew scholar, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever met this gentleman. And then when I saw Josh, I was like, hello, Josh. I'm about to text him and be like, what else was that guy talking about? Because that was mad wild.
You see, even as a real studier on the New Testament, I can tell you this much: it was all going to be fulfilled within that generation anyways. So everything that it really just comes down to was the destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem in 66 to 70 AD. That is actually what the entire New Testament is about. But none of it matters today. The only thing that truly matters is that you love people for where they're at. You accept people. You don't sit there and knock people about their religion, or knock people about sitting there judging them and saying they're going to go to hell or a place of eternal torment. So as long as you're a person that has no judgment in their heart and you love people for where they're at, I got no issue with you whatsoever. All right? I got no issue with you whatsoever. It just all comes down to community. Helping the poor and different things of this nature. So that's how we live in a better world, ultimately. And if you need God to do that, then guess what? You're no better than anyone else. Seriously. If you need a God in order to do that, and it just doesn't stem from the generosity that comes out of your heart, then that's the problem here. So that's the way I see things.
Amen to that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So while I got a rabbi here, I bring Isaiah 47 up to reference the word virgin there when it says, come down and sit in the dust, virgin daughter Babylon. That actually says Betula right there in the Hebrew.
That does say Betula.
Right? Yes. I knew it. So, I wasn't lying there. So does he use the word Betula anywhere else in Isaiah that you know of?
Not that I remember, but I'm also just having coffee. So,
that's the one I use all the time to say firing. Isaiah definitely knows that word and uses that word. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, that does use Betula. And part of the reason that I'm sure Josh has already explained this before, but part of the reason that it is taken as virgin is because in the Septuagint, the word used there is Parthenos. And Parthenos can be virgin or can be young woman. And when it was first translated, it was in fact translated as young woman. It isn't until much later that it starts to lean into this idea of virgin as it pertains to this idea of the virgin birth of Mary, or of Jesus from Mary.
My main contention was that the only old manuscripts he could bring up was the Dead Sea Scrolls, and those are after any Hebrew text that we have. So it's like, why are we even bothering with that?
Was that in a day? So when this evolution of the idea of the virgin birth, is that because the Roman Catholic Church was trying to break away and say that Jesus is better than everyone else? We're going to go ahead and use it.
Depends on
Immaculate
Conception. Yes and no. So the thing is that the idea of the virgin birth is supposed to be that it's miraculous. That's really what it comes down to, is that there's this miraculous thing that is happening. I don't ascribe to a virgin birth. Obviously, I'm Jewish, for one thing, and two, it seems like it is something that is narratively designed to show a miracle is happening, a set apartness other than anything else.
Right, exactly. I figured it was just the way to basically separate everyone else from God, in other words, to try to create like a veil. So, personally, in my understanding of Christianity, because I do believe all the scriptures, all the New Testament scriptures, according to how they were written, how they played out, it literally says that it's better that you guys don't marry because time is short. This is all talking about the Paul. This is talking about the time of the temple destruction. Jesus says, "You shall not taste death until you see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom," talking to his own disciples. Basically, everyone was going to unfold in that time, in other words. And ultimately, what it just really comes down to, you see, when Christianity takes this and they try to pull it off into 2,000 years and saying that there's going to be a Messiah that comes 2,000 years later and all this stuff, and they say that if you don't believe in him, you're going to die and go to hell. And this is just a bunch of jargon, but basically what it really just comes down to is just love people for where they're at. There's no veil that separates you between you and your God. No man died for your sin, in other words. And actually, the New Testament says this. It says, Jesus' blood was shed to cleanse the conscience of man, not cleanse the sin of man, in other words. So, as the story goes, as the narrative goes, I really don't care the way which you take it, as long as you understand that there's no separation between you and the divine, in other words, that basically the way you serve the divine is by serving your neighbor, in other words. So that's the way I look at things.
I don't have any.
I mean, I would be similar. I'm a Jew, so Jews, we don't live by faith, we live by practice.
Yeah.
What you do in the world is more important than what you think.
Then in this case, I think I'm more of a Jew than I think, honestly. Crazy. Just
our entire religion, we don't, faith dwindles. It comes and it goes. You fight with it. It comes back. It wavers. But what you do in the world, how you show up for your neighbors, how you show up for your community, how do you repair after something has been broken? That is what we measure by.
Basic tenet of leave the world better than you left it.
That's exactly it. We are commanded to repair the world.
Right. So when we think of this idea,
we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no kidding.
In general,
we do. Ultimately, what needs to happen is, I hate to say this because I grew up Pentecostal Christian. Christianity just needs to die out. Seriously, this entire idea that you think you need.
Amen to that.
You need some guy that dies on a cross for your sins and all this stuff. This creates a separation between you and God. And this actually creates a psychological factor that actually imbalances your mind. It's called spiritual helplessness, a psychological helplessness. So when you think that you constantly need someone else in your life to interact with you on a means of cementing your relationship with God, what happens is it creates an imbalance within your thinking. It's literally psychosis when you think about it. It really is. I don't do this because I'm going to go to a place called heaven. I don't do this because I'm going to go to a place called hell. In other words, it doesn't exist, honestly. But I do this because I love humanity and I love the people around me. And the way I feel about things, I want other people to feel these things as well. In other words, that there is no separation.
Yeah. No, I've never understood that, but I'm a 50-year-old Jew. I'm born and raised Jewish person who, and I had Christian friends growing up, and I would ask those questions. I don't understand because, of course, Judaism we don't have eternal conscious torment in our theology. There's no such thing as hell in Judaism.
Apostate Ape, somebody keeps putting in the chat something to ask Rabbi about something you found in Jeremiah.
About Jeremiah?
What's that?
Wait, what?
Somebody said you found something in Jeremiah that you should ask the rabbi about. I'm just curious what you found.
Well, I guess I didn't say that. I think I know what whoever said that's talking about, though. So, yeah, that's actually a good question since I got a rabbi here. Do you, would you, like, to you as a Jewish rabbi, is Daniel a part of canon, do you think?
Yes.
So, so as far as I know, I brought this up to Dr. Josh, and he stated it was clever, so whatever that means. But, as far as I know, I'm the only person who's seen this problem here and brought it up. As far as I know, it's hard to believe I'm the only person who's noticed this, but so far I guess I am. But anyway, in the letter, Jeremiah chapter 29, right?
Jeremiah
the letter
29.
to the
Hold
exiles.
on, let me get there. Jeremiah 29. And what verse?
Well, I usually read 4, then 8, 9, and 10.
Okay. Jeremiah.
Chapter 29.
Jeremiah. You said 29.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I have to.
Yeah, this is a pretty big contradiction I think I found here. If I'm even reading it right, it seems so obvious. I feel like I'm missing something.
And you said start at 4?
Yeah, I usually read 4, and then 4 just to address who it's being read to, and then 8, 9, and 10.
God the host, to all the exiles of whom I sent to exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. And then 8, 9, and 10. For thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, do not let the prophets and diviners who are among you deceive you, and do not listen to your dreams that you dream, for it is a lie that they are prophesied to you in my name, and do not send them. Only one Babylon 7 years later. Yes, what about it?
That don't seem like a problem for Daniel?
Not really. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like a problem, only because this is written about, obviously, about Babylonian exile, and saying that all of the people during the Babylonian exile who's basically saying, hey, at any moment we're going to be retrieved, don't listen to them because they're talking out of their ass.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen. Not until God is ready. Now, you have to understand, I'm not a biblical literalist either. So, I do not look at the words and go, this happened in real time. I look at the words as narrative prose and understanding that people of that time wrote about their time in exile, their dreaming of in exile, what it would be like post-exile. And Jeremiah is a really good example of that, what will happen post-exile, or what they dream of while happening.
Before continuing on, you said you're not a biblical literalist. Are you more metaphysics, esotericist? What are you?
No, none of that. I'm none of that. I understand the history of the books that are written and when they were written, and very much like Josh Bowen. I am like Josh Bowen.
Okay, so more. Okay, so let's take like the story of Moses and Joshua, for instance. Like Moses
did not exist.
Right, exactly. I didn't believe so either.
Those books are probably written about by 40 or 50 people and then redacted together and harmonized over a period of a few hundred years.
Okay, so Genesis 1 to 11, primeval history, written in Babylon, because a lot of the
very likely, and also Genesis 2 was written, or Genesis 1 was written after Genesis 2.
Right, exactly. So, because we see this polemic against like the Sumerian tablets, Akkadians, a lot of the symbols that are coming up in the first 11 chapters of Genesis is actually symbols that would have been used within the Babylonian times when they wrote like the Atrahasis, the Enuma Elish, different books like this.
The Enuma Elish, and then we also see later on parts of the Hammurabi Code.
Right. Wow. Okay. I'm going to make sure to follow you. I like you. You're.
Thank you. But I was a scholar before I was a rabbi, so that's probably part of it. I went for schooling for that long before I became a rabbi.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because this is interesting stuff. So, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. So Moses, 40 years in the wilderness, Joshua brings him over into the promised land. We know Moses didn't exist. We know Moses wasn't a real person. Do you know about a man named Ursu? Have you heard about Ursu? There was actually a leader known as Ursu, and he led a little pact of people called the Shasu of Yahweh.
I do.
You do? Okay. All
yeah,
right.
In fact, the Shasu of the Yud He Vav He, because I don't say it out of respect. It's against my religion to say the divine name. The Shasu of the Yud He Vav is the first instance that we have of the name of the Yud He Vav outside of the biblical structure, and it is earlier than the biblical structure.
Right. Because the Shasu were actually a
pastoral nomadic tribe.
Right. They ran into the Egyptians, and it was Amenhotep III that actually carved it on the pyramid. I defeated the Shasu of Yahweh, or something like that.
Yeah, I have pictures of the carvings.
Okay, all right, because the Egyptians and the Canaanites had a pact, and the Shasu, which were also known as sand dwellers, they actually dwelled within the southern region of the desert Arabah, I believe it was.
Right, but the issue there is the Egyptian actually took them as slaves, the Shasu. There are some not pictographs. I'm trying to think. I have not had enough. I have pictures of them. There are some plates that describe them being taken as slaves by Egypt, the Shasu.
Okay, all right. But the story of Moses and the Israelites going into slavery for 430 years, it wasn't. It could be.
It could be the Shasu. Yeah. I don't think it's the Shasu. Because the nomadic peoples were not that big. I mean, I know that the story of the people coming out of slavery is much overblown, because there is a stele. Is it the Menashe or the Menaphtha? There's a stele that talks about 300 Hebrews living in this part of Egypt at the time, but nowhere near the 600,000 mixed multitudes of people that are described as leaving, or is depicted as leaving during the mass exodus.
Okay, all right, because Ursu and the Shasu, they were a people, somewhere in the midst of something, there was an attack by people called the Sea People on the Egyptians, and Ursu and the Shasu were able to get out, and they were able to get out of Dodge. Well, anyways, they went up into the northern region of the desert Arabah, where the Canaanites dwelt, and they asked them for land, food, and resources, and they said they would take their god Yahweh and incorporate into the pantheon of El, in other words. So what happens is that over time, El becomes assimilated with Yahweh. This is
from the original Canaanite deity, married to Atharat, and with them has the 72 children. And then at some point, we're not exactly sure whether it's through the gifting of or a fight between, but the Yud He Vav He becomes acquired into the Canaanite pantheon, becomes one of El's sons, and then acquires Asherah by this time, who is the Atharat renamed as the Asherah for themselves as consort, either through a war between the Yud He Vav He and El, or El gifting the Asherah to the Yud He Vav He at the same time of the gifting of Israel.
Yes.
Well, that also, it does skip a little nuance in the Baal cycle, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Ugaritic Baal cycle, when we get into the Ugaritic Baal cycle with Yam and Mot, the god of death.
And Anat.
Yep, Anat. Well, Anat, actually, it's kind of interesting, because if you look at Genesis 41-45, when Joseph was actually taken out of prison for those 13 years, and he was lifted up as in second of command of all of Egypt, he marries a woman named Asenath. Asenath actually has two meanings according to scholars. They actually say Asenath could be the Holy of Neith, which was a goddess of war and fertility, or it could be the Holy of Anath, which Anath was the royal consort of Baal, if you actually look at the story of the Ugaritic cycle.
And also his sister.
And okay, I did not know it was his sister. But
yeah, Anat is portrayed as Baal's sister, and sometimes his consort, yes. That is one of the reasons why when Baal, the part of the Baal cycle, when Baal is destroyed, why she goes through and has a complete meltdown, goes to find Yam, tears Yam to bits, takes his ashes and throws it scatters across the ground when it's time to bring Baal back.
Right, right. So in the Ugaritic cycles, we see how Baal, he actually dies because of the god, Mot, the god of death. Anath
Yes.
resurrects him back from the grave, and he receives a kingdom
Year
that shall
after
never
year.
be destroyed. Yeah, yeah. This is the story of Christianity. If you actually look at it, this is where I believe they picked up these pieces back in the Baal cycles, in the Ugaritic Baal cycles. So, because if you look at the story of Jesus, he was going to die from death. The Holy Spirit, which is actually a feminine aspect, would resurrect him from the grave, and he would receive a kingdom that shall never be destroyed. So this is where, like, these pieces right here, if we look and we go back to Joseph marrying this woman named Asenath, in the Septuagint, the place isn't called On, it's called Heliopolis. There's like a combination of three different religions in the Old Testament where it became Hellenized: Egypt, Canaanite, and Greek, in other words. So
Yes, I mean, I would say that the deification of Jesus and the birth of the virgin and the virgin birth and all of these things come around much later. Now, I'm not a New Testament scholar by any means. I can tell you when the books were written. I can kind of go through and say I know when the deification of Christ starts to happen canonically within the church, and when the church building of that kind of gnosis starts to happen. But in no way, shape, or form am I a New Testament scholar. My scholarship is in the Canaanite pantheon, the Near Eastern ancient religious groups, and the Hebrew Bible.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just fascinating to find someone else. Now, this is why, in my understanding of things, especially everything being wrapped up by 70 AD, according to the New Testament scriptures, it tells you in there that Jesus came in the order of Melchizedek in Hebrews chapter 7.
And all that's not an order, though. That just means righteous king.
A righteous king.
Yeah.
Right.
Melchizedek. Those are two words that put together just means a righteous king.
Right. And this was from Salem, but this was before it became Jerusalem. So it was a place of...
Really quick. Ape, do you have people in the box waiting? We're all just kind of going along here. I don't want you to...
So.
Yeah, but this is a damn good talk.
No, we're good.
I don't talk.
No, that's why I wouldn't.
Okay. I just wasn't trying to take away from your show. I just want to make sure.
No. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
I got a few more questions about Jeremiah 29, but but go ahead.
Yeah,
I was
just
listening
to say, yeah. So like because this came up in another live I was in the other day. Somebody's like very interested in the Melchizedek, but it's not an actual order. It just means righteous king. It's a title, not a person.
Right. King of righteousness. Yep. But it was in this place called Salem. And if we look at it, this place Salem was actually a Canaanite region. It's a Canaanite territory. And this is why it talks about how Yahweh became assimilated into the pantheon of El Elyon. In other words, this is where I believe the New Testament...
there is no God named El Elyon. You're thinking of just Elyon.
Right. Elyon, the
Elyon,
Most High.
God the Most High. Yeah, that's Elyon.
God Most High. That's why when Melchizedek actually comes to Abram, it says he's the priest of the Most High, in other words, from the city of Salem, which this is 600 years prior to Moses or whoever. We know Moses wasn't real, but basically it's 600.
Neither was Abraham.
Right. Abraham wasn't real either. We know that these stories are allegories, in other words. But this is kind of interesting because this is what Paul actually says in the New Testament in Galatians chapter 4, that Moses wasn't real and Abraham wasn't. He calls Mount Sinai and Abram and Sarai all allegories, in other words.
Well, I also have my contention that Paul wasn't real either, but that's a whole other.
That's a whole other can of worms. Really quickly, though, to get back to Apostate Ape's question. So I believe that what 29 is trying to explain is that you're not supposed to believe in immediate restoration, no matter what the prophets are telling you. That you're going to have to build your lives in Babylon and not expect that immediately you're going to be restored. That there's they're supposed to seek the welfare of Babylon while they're there, because even though prophets may say, hey, we're coming to get you, or you're going to be restored right now, that until it's time to be restored, you have to make do with where you're at. You're going to have to make a life where you live and not look to wherever you think you're going to. Now that I also do get from a friend of mine who writes the commentary for Jeremiah in the SBL Bible. Now, let me be real clear, but I do agree with it. I don't know if you have an SBL study Bible, but there's some really good commentaries on all of the books in there. And yes, I have to plug it a little because I'm a member of the SBL, but it is a really good study Bible and has a lot of really good commentaries in it.
So
okay, well, here's my direct problem with this. That while it does seem to be suggesting that's not the, I don't know, when I read it contextually, that does make a lot of sense actually. But what I'm saying is, he's saying just worry about where you're at, but he's saying do not listen to your dreams or prophets among you because I'm leaving, I'm going to be gone, right? Does that make sense?
He's basically, absolutely. It's basically saying, hey, anyone who's telling you that you have access to me from here, and you have to understand, just one moment.
What chapter and verse is this, Jesse?
Jeremiah 29 verses 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it even says, like, in Isaiah, it says, for a brief moment I abandoned you, with overflowing wrath I hid my face from you. And like in Lamentations, it says, your prophets receive no visions,
and there's a
or whatever.
Reason for that.
Yeah.
When they're in Babylonian exile, the belief of the ancient Near Eastern peoples is that you cannot actually connect to your God unless you are on the land your God resides. And since they are now in Babylon, they are outside the land in which their God resides. And because of that, they have no access to their God. They have no access to the Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh.
Does this mean Yahweh was territorial? Does this mean that
all of them are? All of the gods are territorial.
Right, exactly. Because in 1 Kings it tells you this with Shamash and how there was a sacrifice in Israel.
Shamash is a different god.
Right. But all these gods were territorial. This is why in Deuteronomy 32, verse 8 and 9
talks about giving the boundaries of the gods based on the number of the sons of El.
Son of a gun, man. And never have I thought I would meet an honest Jew, seriously, about all this.
I don't know how I like that.
That's kind of a terrible thing to say.
I know.
Probably not how you meant it, I'm hoping.
I meant this, that I've never talked to someone that has these exact same views. In other words, that is actually being honest about this. I haven't ran into
That's because Jews don't generally talk to Gentiles about it, but I'm a rabbi, so it's my job to teach.
Okay, all right. Well, I have. This is exactly what I teach over on my channel. Exactly what.
Yeah. So according, and if you go back to the DSS 4 Cute Dude 32, you will see that it does say the sons of El, not the sons of Jacob, even though that somehow how it ends up being retrofitted later as the sons of Jacob. It doesn't say the sons of Jacob. It says literally the B'nai Elo, the B'nai El. So the B'nai Elohim, the sons of the Most High.
Sons of Most High. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so because of that, what Jeremiah is doing is Jeremiah does a lot of dreaming about what the world will be like in post-exile. This is also why in Jeremiah you see that dream he has of the throne floating over and kind of I don't know why I'm showing you as if you can see me. Oh my gosh. But I use my hands to talk. So you see this kind of throne floating over, and that is because he's dreaming of a time where the presence of their God can be brought to the land where they're at so they can worship properly. Because in the absence of the altars that are part of the land where their God is territorial, they cannot worship their God.
Yeah, so my landing question there would be, how is Daniel getting accurate visions or dreams if God has abandoned them?
He's not. I mean,
yeah, that was my thing. That's why I'm saying I think this discredits Daniel.
Now, what part of Daniel are you talking about? Daniel altogether, or are you talking about like a specific
part
of
his
Daniel?
Dreams and his dreams.
Yeah, all of that is the same thing.
Dreams.
It's the dreams and ideas of trying to come out of this exile. And that is what Daniel is trying to say is, I wish for a time when we are going to be out of exile, when we're going to be away from Babylon, and we are able to connect with our God again.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at it from a more of a Christian point of view, where Daniel's making prophecies about Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, Daniel. There's nowhere in the Hebrew scripture that makes a prophecy about Jesus.
No.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like from the standpoint where Daniel would be making prophecies about something like that. This saying, God saying, don't listen to your dreams, that your dreams, they're a lie. I think that would be a big problem for Daniel in the Christian sense, is what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. But if we also look at it, I believe it's Daniel that messes up Ezekiel with it's Ezekiel with Jeremiah, because he adds on, or he flips around years that don't exist there.
All right. Hey, you guys have yourself a lovely day. I'm gonna go ahead.
It was very nice to meet you.
It was
back
nice
at you, buddy,
as well. Jesse, it's always a blessing, brother. Everything. Back
at you, man.
Dugald. All right. I'll make sure to give you a follow. All right.
Oh, it was so wonderful to talk to you.
Yeah. You guys as well. Be blessed. Have a good one.
Have a good one, man. I'll drop you back here. He's really cool. He's got like 160,000 followers. He's got a very scholarly brain when it comes to the New Testament. Yeah, he's a pretty big shot. He does a cool live, though.
Yeah, I do not. I have about 20,000 followers, but that's okay.
Well, I only have 2,000 yet, so that's okay too.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I just was scrolling and saw you guys talking. And
I'm brand new. That's why I can't believe I got the way my channel's growing. It blows me away, honestly.
Well, if you have Josh as one of your mods, then obviously you know what you're doing, because Josh is awesome.
Yes, he is. We love Dr. Josh. I've been learning Hebrew, as a matter of fact, from his new book here.
Oh, I love his book.
The camera always fucks me. But
No. I love that. I have that one, and then I know he has a couple more that are going to be coming out. And
I have his book on slavery. I didn't know you were
still in here, Josh. Now you know that I like you a whole lot. Oh, you already knew that. You and Megan both know how much I love you both.
Yeah, I have his book on slavery. It's for the Old Testament, for the Bible. It's really good.
It's so good. And I have both his Atheist Guide to the Old Testament, volumes 1 and 2.
They're on my wish list. Yeah. I need to get. My problem is my ADHD, and my relaxation comes from reading. So I fall asleep every time I read. So I have a really hard time with books. I need to switch to audiobooks.
I was going to say, I get them on audio because when I'm doing stuff, I just listen to one of them. Or when I'm driving, I will put in some, I have Dan's book on audio. I have it hard copy too. But I have Dan's book on audio. I have Josh's books on audio. I don't have the Hebrew book on audio, obviously, because that would be redundant. That would be ridiculous. But I have it in hard copy. What I need to do is I need to say, hey, how do I get a signed copy of your Hebrew book? That would be awesome.
He'll probably tell you.
Well, yeah, I'll just text him. I'll bother him later and be like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you. I keep forgetting to message you and say. But what was funny is when I first met him, it was on a panel. And it was somebody just trying to convince us that this ancient text said this thing. And both of us at the same time, without realizing, both were like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. No, it doesn't say that. Like it. Right. And then we just started like talking, and I met him, and I already knew Kip Davis through another friend of mine, so I had already known Kip, and then I had already known Dan and all of them. So now I just bug them when I have questions that I'm not quite sure of, or I want to make sure that I have it right. I'm like, did I do this right? It's actually Dan who got me a book on the New Testament, because I'm like, I'm not a New Testament scholar, but I keep getting asked these questions about the New Testament. And I want to understand it, but I don't want to go down the Christian pipeline rabbit hole. Can you give me a good primer that will help me understand it from the scholarly position? And he's like, oh, sure, this book would be great. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, here, let me get it for you. And he just sent me the book. And I'm like, holy crap, thank you. So now I'm going through it. It's Mendez and Bart Ehrman and Hugo Mendez. They have a really good book. I'll pull it up right now. Yeah, 2024, the New Testament. I was in the middle of it, so hold on, let me find it. The New Testament: A Historical Introduction to the Early Christian Writings by Bart Ehrman and Hugo Mendez. It is really good.
That sounds good. I've read probably at least 10 of Bart Ehrman's books.
Yeah, he does a really good podcast. I don't know if you watch his podcast. Megan Lewis is his co-host for his podcast. It's really good.
Oh, I do when I can. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Christians do love to tout Bart Ehrman, though. They misquote him and mischaracterize him quite often in their arguments.
Yes,
it's quite amusing.
I found out that is happening to me now because of No Degree. He is misquoting me all over this app.
That man is a bane on the debate existence on this app. Like, between him, Darth Dawkins, like it's like what are we doing? Well, P Mars is not any better.
Josh, you'd get along.
Was y'all here when P Mars was up here earlier?
I've seen him on your thing a few times. He always gets pissy because you don't go the direction. Today. Yeah, he don't like it when you don't go the direction he does.
Oh, I ended up blocking him.
He said me not admitting, he brought up Genesis 12, and he said me not admitting that salvation means the same thing as blessing is worse than me using the N-word.
How the
he would know because he's a white man who thinks he's reclaiming the N-word for white people. So, like...
Yeah. He also doesn't like it when you tell him to go back to Chatterbait. I'm just saying.
I was trying to be cool. Like, I actually wanted to talk to him. Like,
I'm just
I have
saying,
this weird thing with making somebody like him an atheist and just see what happens.
I used to have conversations with him, and he was never rude to me, which apparently surprised people, but he was never, ever rude to me one time. And then he was in my live, and Josh came in and like went at him. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, I found out that he had called one of Josh's good friend's children the N-word. And I'm like, nope, that's all I need to know. We're done. You're gone.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he's highly anti-Semitic, and he's also very racist.
Well, I you know, what's funny is that he always behaved himself around me. And I was always like, I'm not exactly sure why. Now is your opportunity. If you don't like Jews, I'm like the ultimate Jew to come and try and say that to. Yeah. Skylar's. That's
right.
Skylar's
was
kid.
Pretty cool up here. Like, I guess you could call him rude, but he does it, you know, in a casual, conversational manner. So I always accept that on my channel.
And I never heard it.
He's
but
literally a PDF file due to evolution.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I've heard that quite a few times. So apparently he was on a live and he admitted it. I don't know if it was like Justin's or somebody's, but he was on somebody's live and he said something about like it's like an evolutionary thing to be attracted to the younger women or something along those lines. I don't know the exact quote, but it wasn't good.
I like my women older.
Right.
Probably about 41.
Well,
they know more stuff.
That's my wife.
Hell yeah.
My wife's 41, so.
That's good. I just turned 42.
Oh, apparently he asked out a 15-year-old at his church. That's what it was.
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. That's... Yikes. Yeah, not good.
What I can do is I'll send you. Let me follow you real quick. Never mind. I already did. I'll send you the title of that book that Dan suggested to me by Bart Ehrman and Hugo Mendez. The 8th edition is out, so it's if that's something you're interested in, I'll send you that. But yeah, and then of course I do suggest the SBL Study Bible. It's the NRSVUE. But the commentaries on it are really, really great. I have colleagues who write commentaries. There's an introduction to every one of the books. There is the apocryphal, so the deuterocanonical books are included in the SBL as well. And it really goes through, I mean, it's my favorite right now. Although the NRSVUE is my favorite current translation. The Oxford 6th edition is supposed to be coming out sometime this year, and I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been using the SBL.
Yeah, I could use one of them. But what I've been doing with Jeremiah 29. I'm sorry.
If you do get the SBL, I suggest getting the ebook because I have an ebook and I have the physical copy, and the pages are really thin. on the physical copy. So I suggest getting the ebook if you are so inclined. But as you were saying about Jeremiah 29.
Oh, I was just saying, I usually just use this if somebody brings up like Jesus fulfilled Daniel or whatever. I always just say he's a lie according to Jeremiah, and then read this.
Yeah, and you also have to remember that prophecies are supposed to happen within a certain time frame. And if you can't have a prophecy from Daniel that doesn't get fulfilled until hundreds of years later, that's not how prophecy, especially of the time, worked at all.
No, they're like supposed to happen within days to weeks, not years to centuries.
Not millennia.
Right, like we're not just supposed to be 2,000 years later.
For 400 years, like you can't use Isaiah and say, well, no, it says that the virgin will become pregnant 400 years later. That's not that's not how that works.
Well, I always say, like, I can give people the virgin part. Show me in the context where this has anything to do with a Messiah coming, is what I always say. Like, because, you can argue till the cows come home about the virgin part, but it really don't even matter, I don't think.
The stories tell you what they're about.
People love to be on that one. For some reason, the need to say it says virgin when it doesn't is wild to me.
They also, it's like... these stories tell you what they're about. Like they don't hide the subject of these prophecies or these stories.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
It's very obvious when it says
you read
Israel, it means Israel.
Yeah, you read something that happens and they're like, well, I would have to know why it happens. I'm like, we just read why it happens. Like it tells you it's not a mystery. It's a wild thing. I mean,
the problem is a lot of them were taught what I call patchwork Jesus, where they have to take like bits and pieces from one part of the Bible and apply it to this other part of the Bible and then do it again with a different part. So they wind up with like this patchwork version of what the stories are because they have to fit Jesus in there somewhere.
Oh, you said patchwork. I thought you said password Jesus.
No, patchwork.
Like, is that a thing?
Patchwork Jesus. So it's like patches of the Bible over top of each other. Right. It's very strange that they do it that way because the book is very obvious. It talks about exactly what it talks about. Like there's no hidden meanings. You don't have to take the third word from every red letter. Like you don't have to take like you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, I bring that up literally all the time. I'm like, why are you pretending this is mystery when we just read, like I just read to you, it says why all this is happening. You know what I mean?
When it says,
motherfucker is right there.
I will cause your wives to be graped, it means I will cause your wives to be graped.
To be graped. I am not your bestie, P. Mars, and you know that. You know that I have you blocked, and you know exactly why. I don't know why you feel the need every time you see me in a room. You say I'm your bestie in no way, shape, or form.
And as of now, you will no longer see him here because I just blocked him as well.
I say it was not like Beetlejuice. We didn't mean for him to come in here.
Like I actually kind of felt like chipping away at him until I heard those last little bits of information there. That's unacceptable. He can go fuck off with that shit. Let's see. Also, we got some awesome co-hosts up right now. If you're a Christian that wants to come up here and ask some questions or debate something, now's the time. That's for sure.
I guess now would be the time.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
We're skipping January in our special, so you might as well do it now.
Right. This is it.
This is the time.
Actually, let me try to think of some stuff I could ask too while the opportunity is upon us. So Genesis 3:15 is clearly a prophecy about Jesus, right?
Oh, God. No.
I'm just totally kidding.
That's another one that people come at me with too. It's like, oh no, because the anonymity that's put between the snake and the woman. And I'm like, what does that have to do with Jesus? How do you see Jesus there? Now, my wife is a former Christian, and I'm just like, did you ever? And like, I don't understand the snake thing. It's just a snake. Now, the snake even says it was never anything but a snake. The snake is the most cunning of all the wild animals. It's not even Satan, this idea of Satan. It just says the snake is the most clever of all the wild animals. Sometimes also called the most wily, but is the most clever. Cunning. So I never understood the connection
suggest
between
it had
that
legs
and
before?
Yes. The suggestion is that it...
I was just pictured the snake from Jungle Book.
You pictured the snake from Jungle Book?
Yeah.
I love that.
Basically, they were lizards.
Yes, and then after that is when he's cursed. You know, you will now crawl on your belly for and eat dirt, you know, for all your life. That's all.
What was it beforehand, do you think?
It doesn't really say. The text doesn't say. We can only make the assumption based on the fact that it was some kind of lizard type thing that then turns into the snake, because it doesn't actually completely say.
I picture like a very long lizard. That's what I picture, a very long lizard.
Yeah, and then the enmity between the woman and the snake has nothing to do with Jesus whatsoever. He will put an enmity between your children, and your children will, you know, bite at the heel, and you will try to, you know, cut off its, you know, that's nothing to do with it.
I can say what I think the equivocation is because they pictured it as Satan, obviously, and because Satan is the serpent in later texts, then they assume that when Jesus is tempted by Satan and all that stuff, it's basically a metaphor for that specific scenario. So, like the Jesus encounter with Satan the whole snake in the garden was a metaphor for that encounter. And that's where it mostly comes from. It's loosely tied together in reality, but it's not accurate at all in actual reality. They just think it is.
I think this is where that "don't tread on me" thing came from. You know, tread on the snake or whatever.
Yeah, it might be.
I think that's what it's talking about. It says he will strike your head and you will strike his heel. It's talking about, I think it's talking about treading on snake, because there's Sumerian pictures of people walking on snakes, like crushing, whatever you call them, what was it in Zoroastrianism?
Zoroastrianism,
or whatever, the deceiver. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like an ancient thing, the "don't tread on me," like stomping on the snakes.
Could be.
There's a lot of allusion to that.
There's a lot of different mythos around us, snakes and serpents in general. I mean, throughout all history, so it's kind of hard to really nail down where it's going to come from.
Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting there. It's talking about the head and the heel, like striking his head, just stomping on his head, basically, is what it sounds like.
I think I always want to remind people that they need to look at it from the outside. It's literally a book about dragons and talking donkeys, talking snakes, rib women, and clay men. I just need you all to put that in perspective.
Well, technically side women, not rib.
True.
Side women.
Side women.
There are some rabbis who say that originally Adam and Chava were fully formed and together, like conjoined twins, and they were separated.
You.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's just some rabbinic.
Let's see. Dagner, are you there?
Oh,
I'm here. You guys were talking about snakes and such, and it's quite interesting when you bring that up. A lot of cultures and such use snakes as representation, often for like renewing, rebirthing, and like the basically coming to a new skin, because the way they represent it, even though they're walking over top of snakes or on snakes, that's to show that they are now overcoming something or becoming something greater than what they were. We see this a lot played off in different cultures, as well as in Celtic culture as well.
Do you think that's what Genesis was talking about?
Gosh, no, it's just speaking on like how like Astrozorianism and things like that represent snakes with people walking over top of them, just like Celts do, as Norse do, and things like that.
Right, I just mean, do you think the strike the head and the heel thing has some sort of something to do with that? Just like connection-wise?
It could be a loose connection to it. Like, we all know that Christianity's famous for taking others' beliefs and kind of mashing it into their own. So in some weird, odd way, they could be just doing that.
Yeah. I mean, the Christmas tree comes from Odin and Norse mythology, so makes sense if they did.
I was just curious. I always thought of that, or not always, but I thought of that as the head and the heel thing.
Yeah, the belief in one God was not adapted necessarily from the push for monotheism and monolatry comes at the reign of King Hezekiah and Josiah as a consolidation of power structure as most than anything.
Is that that's what Isaiah 9's referring to, isn't it? The enthronement of Hezekiah?
Hezekiah, yes. But it is through Hezekiah and Josiah that we see monotheism, technically henotheism, but the rise of kind of monolatry and then henotheism.
Oh, okay.
Like to this day, Jews are technically henotheistic.
Interesting.
And that we have our covenant relationship with our God, but we don't discount there are other gods. They just aren't our God.
I'm constantly correcting people on that now, Rabbi. Christians love to tell me that you guys are monotheistic, and I now correct them every time they do it. Yeah, so I correct them on that quite often. Most of them don't even know what that means until I say it.
Yeah, because we don't care if people worship other gods. That's your business. We're just not allowed to. And nowhere in the text does it actually say that there is only one God. It talks about our God being one, that we have one God. But it never says there is only one God. In fact, God says, "You shall have no other gods before my face." Meaning, I acknowledge there are other gods, but I don't want anything to do with them, and you're not allowed to have anything to do with them. Even the prayer we say twice a day, the Shema, just says, "Our Lord, our God is one."
Redeemed, are you there? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Redeemed?
Yeah.
Are you over 18 and Christian?
If you have to be 18.
Are you over 18? Oh, no. Okay. I think he was driving anyway. I was hearing a real bad echo. Dagda, did you have anything else you wanted to add there?
No, I just heard you guys talking about snakes and the being a pagan. I figured I'd chime in with that, but I am at work, so I do have to.
Yeah, cool, man. I was just making sure we didn't leave you down there when you had something else to try to say there. I'll drop you back here. Thanks for coming up, though. Let's see. We had a few passing through here. Shit. I thought it was pretty clever. Thank you. Okay. I didn't know y'all knew him. Let's see here. Well, if you are a Christian or whatever, y'all come on up while we got such famous and scholarly types up here co-hosting with us. Nope.
I see people yelling at each other in the comments, though. Come on up.
The comments roll every time, every day.
Don't they? Don't they?
Yeah. They never stop. They all
Nope.
Everybody.
They're all down there mad.
Even I can't get no rest. Did you say you were starting a new platform or something there, Dugald? Or
just the format, I'm changing it all because I'm tired of opinions just going back and forth, like as most of these debate spaces tend to be. So I'm going straight to we're looking stuff up and doing more of a learn with me type situation. So they can make their claim, but I'm no longer going to go cite your source. I'm going to just look it up, and we're going to look at it together.
There you go.
I'm so tired of all the yelling.
I understand.
Especially since you've gotten a taste of some of the ones that come through my lives.
Yeah. I don't know how people do, Paul. It's beyond me. Like, the political people are killing it right now in a lot of ways, but I don't even understand how they can put up with that shit.
Well, I've also, because of that, I am doing one day just politics and one day deconstruction. So one live for each, so that I get a day of just like this kind of stuff, which I'm much more relaxed with.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, oh my goodness, it's crazy how people do it, man. Oh shit, thought we had somebody in here. We don't. But
I need to work on
that's
that,
crazy
so.
to me.
I tend to be in other people's lives when really I need to start working on just being live. And what happens is I go live and I get like a whole 5 people and I'm like, oh, that's great. But when I show up in other people's lives, I get the whole like, hey, well, the rabbi's here ask her a question. And I'm like, if you guys showed up to my lives, I could answer all your questions. But no.
Right? Oh, Rabbi Hannah, I'm going to, just so you know, since I've got you here, I'm going to set up an account for our live so that it's me and you together on it, and that's where we can host from.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to get that up to, 1,000, right?
Yeah, which will be fine. We'll do our next couple specials together normally, and then just have it up on the platform so people know to follow it. And then you and I can alternate.
Oh, that's smart.
Being host for it, and just the other one, just use your regular account to co-host on.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I love that idea.
What do you get at 1,000 followers?
You can go live at 1,000.
You can go live, yeah. That's
you
right.
50 now.
Yeah. That's right. I have an agency. I don't have to wait that long, Rabbi Hannah.
Oh, I do too. I didn't know that with an agency you could go sooner.
Yeah, Chicago got me.
Yeah, I've been with the same
you shouldn't have to wait
for 2 years. What's funny is that I was actually talking to some people saying, hey, if you're going to run this live like this, which is a lot, which is fine, you should have an agency because they will fight for you and they're really good at fighting for you. I'm like, I've been I've gotten violated like 4 times in the last 3 years, and every time my agent has gone in there and went, hey, no, she's actually allowed to talk about this. She's a Jew, and according to your terms of service as being a Jewish person, she's allowed to talk about Jewish topics. You can't violate her for that. I'm like, and every time he comes back, and within 24 hours my live is back. So I'm like, an agent will work their butts off to make sure that your stuff is protected.
Yeah, Chicago does a good job. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's my agency. I recommend Chicago. He's in the comments if you want to give him a follow.
If you don't have an agent and you're going to be doing a live a lot, I suggest going through. I mean, because it's not a cost to you.
Right.
They're actually TikTok pays them to do it, so it isn't a cost to you that's happening.
And they help you a lot. They're there to advocate for you, and they have a direct line to TikTok where you can actually talk to them, whereas we don't.
Who did y'all say that was?
Chicago John, right there. He just commented.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, let me grab him up there. Yeah, that's awesome. We'll give him a holler there. Nurse, are you there?
Hey.
Hey there. Are you over 18 and a Christian?
Not a Christian, but I wanted to come up. You guys were talking down the comments, and so I thought I would come up because I have a question to ask the religious people. Okay. Can I just read something real quick? Luke 17:20-21. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So I just want to know what you think of that, because
I can't answer
I'm not
that
religious.
I've never been a Christian.
I grew up in the
New
church.
Testament scholar.
I grew up in the church, so I've read all the Bibles, even the missing ones now. And while I have my beliefs, I'm just asking you all, the religious ones, about that actual verse, because the kingdom is within us.
There's no one who's up here who's religious who could answer that for you, because apostate is not religious, Dugald an atheist, and I'm a Jew.
I watch apostate every day, so I do know that about him. I'm just seeing that you're a rabbi, so
a Christian, yeah.
Right, I'm a Jew. I have the New Testament has no bearing on my belief system.
Okay, gotcha. So, well, the people in the comments can go look that up, I guess, then. I thought that you guys were religious.
Yeah, I would just say that was Jesus BSing his way out of a literal kingdom.
Right.
I'm absolutely religious. I'm just not. I'm not a Christian, so Luke would have no bearing on my religious beliefs at all.
Gotcha.
They're a religion stealer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mama Bash, how did the surgery go?
Hello, Mama Bash.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Rabbi Hannah. Dugald.
How are you, love?
I'm hanging in here. You know, I had that shoulder surgery yesterday.
How'd it go?
Yeah, how are you doing?
It went really well. I was back at home by 1 in the afternoon. And, of course, I was drugged up pretty bad. Oh, excuse me, I couldn't say that word. Pretty bad yesterday, but
you just can't say the names
alive
of
today.
Drugs.
You're good. You're good,
So,
Mama.
but I feel okay. It's just a little bit of pain, but not too bad.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it's not bad. When are they going to start making you go to physical therapy on it?
Yeah, Monday. I start Monday going to physical therapy.
That just makes me hurt for you. I'm over here grabbing my shoulder.
Yeah,
I've heard those are pretty rough recoveries on those.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. So I'm just going to hang in here.
That's all you can do. But yeah, you got me over here grabbing my own shoulder. That makes me hurt for you.
I'm glad you're on the mend, though, Mama.
Yeah. We're glad you're on the mend.
And Mama.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And either way, you're going to have to cook for me on Saturday, I think, now.
Man, are you coming down?
I want to try to.
I'll inbox you. Give you some details on all the stuff that's going on. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was going to, if I can get off work by a certain time on Saturday, I'm going to try to make it down there.
Okay.
Ain't nobody trying to cook for me. What's happening? Everybody's going to Mama's house for food?
Right.
No.
I don't get no invites and no dinner. God.
Are you in the South?
Myself.
No, I'm where the South begins. I'm all the way up in Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky. I ain't close enough.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't
and
close
I'm
enough.
on the West Coast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we ain't close enough for an
Trust me,
invite.
if I
I
was
ain't
anywhere
mad.
near you, Mama, I'd be at your house all the time eating food. Are you kidding?
Right?
Yeah, now,
my doctor would be like, you went and lost 100 pounds and now you gained it all back. And I'd be like, I've been eating at Mama's house. What do you want?
That's exactly what would happen to me. Yep.
Yeah, Bash lives in California, but since he started this new country thing, all of his shows have been over this way, so he's been staying with me.
Oh, you must love that.
Bash is out near me. I think
he's
Bash
out near
lives.
you.
I think Bash lives like an hour and a half from me.
Right.
I know you love having him
now
home
it's
for a
like an
while.
hour for me.
I do. Yeah, I'm about 45 minutes away from apostate. We're gonna get
nice.
together.
Nice.
We're about to start an Alabama gang.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. I love it.
I'm
I'm from where the country accent starts, so my draw is not nearly as much as y'all got.
No, you sound a little northern. You sound like
Yep.
yeah.
That's because I'm where it starts to happen. That southern draw starts going on where I'm at, and then it gets worse and worse as you go.
My aunt grew up in Texas, and so anytime I got around her for about a good 10 or 15 minutes, unfortunately, I have the autism that picks up on people's accents real fast, whether I like it or not. And then I'd be around her for 5 minutes, and next thing you know, I'm like, "Hey, y'all, you're gonna come in here?" And I'm just like, I went to North Carolina to visit my in-laws. This was 20 years ago. And when I went there, I was there for like a half hour, and then it was just bad. And my ex was like, "Why are you doing this?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing it on purpose. I swear to you, I wouldn't do this to you on purpose. I just can't help myself." And he was like, there's something really wrong with you.
I think it's funny.
Did someone say something to me?
How's it going, apostate? You having a good show?
Oh yeah. As usual, had some crazy folks up here.
Oh yeah.
the usual.
Mm-hmm.
The first few people I talked to was about insufferable, really.
If you don't mind, real quick, we don't have a web page, and when you say that anyone can join Judaism, we don't actively try and get converts, sir or ma'am. I do apologize. And the other thing is, we don't have a web page saying you can go to their web page and anyone can be a Jew. That doesn't make us not a peoplehood. We are an ethno-religion.
Also, if you're going to a website that tells you can just become a Jewish person, then you are not at a website that is worth looking at. Like, what?
Yeah, right. Makes no sense.
They charged me $5 to be a Jew.
You got scammed is what you got.
That's a stupid website.
Down there, the gentleman who just said, "Oh fuck, they found our website." That's a friend of mine, Mateo. So I love that. Oh fuck, they found our website.
That's funny.
What's going on, Mateo? That's funny.
Hey, Mateo. Yeah, I mean, it takes if you are accepted, because the idea anyone can become a Jew, we tell lots of people no. One, we don't look for converts, and two, if somebody comes to me and says, I want to become a Jew, my first words are, no, you don't.
That's all I want from Christianity. I want them to give up their recruitment drive.
We don't do that. We aren't actively seeking people because we believe if you already have a path to God, we have no reason to change it. If you don't have a path to God, that's your business. We don't have a reason to change it. We don't believe you have to be a Jew to be a good person. We don't believe you have to be Jewish to be a righteous person. It's not how, and why would you want the obligation? When people say, oh, the Jews are the chosen people, it isn't because we get more ice cream, it's because we get more chores. We aren't chosen, we're chosen out of an obligation to repair the world and to be a light unto the nations and to try and make the world a better place. It isn't that, oh, look, God chose us, so now we get to stay up late and not have a bedtime. Like, that's not at all how Judaism sees our obligation.
What would get someone turned down for being a Jew?
Pretty much the minute you come to us and say you want to be a Jew, we have questions. Why?
I want to be a Jew. What's the question?
Why? Why would you want to marginalize yourself?
I like that.
You like the idea of being marginalized? Well, that's an issue.
Yeah, it makes me feel more inclusive. Yeah.
Well, then that's an issue because that's not a reason to want to be a Jew.
Oh, well, I read the book.
Good. We love that for you, but you understand that you don't have to be a Jew to be righteous, right?
Oh, can I just give you $5?
You cannot. I mean, I'll take the $5 and say thank you, but yeah.
Well, crap. Well, I'm already a Jew
plan on taking over the world. So. Did you know, Cynthia, liberal from Texas, that there are more Christian Zionists in the United States than there are actual Jews on the planet?
I can believe that.
So when you say Zionists plan on taking over the world, I'm assuming you mean Christian Zionists.
Yeah.
I am not a Zionist, but there are more Christian Zionists than there are Jews on the planet.
A lot more. Not even close. Mm-hmm. It'll catch up. Christianity is on the way out.
$250 a week and you're a Jew. Man, I'm in the wrong gig. If I could just start charging people to become a Jew, I wouldn't be worried about whether or not I can pay my rent.
Are they trying to think of
ethics and morality?
Kabbalism, like the Kabbalists? Is that what they're doing?
I'm sorry, Dugald. I said, somebody down here said for $250 a week you could be a Jew, and I was like, if that was the truth, I wouldn't worry about paying the rent. My wife just went, well, you could, but you're the one who's worried about ethics and morality over here.
That's funny.
I will have to ethical in my job.
That's hysterical.
Out the window.
In that case, I'm going to preaching.
Apparently, yes. Apparently now you can be a Jew $250 a week. Very happy.
I got a way better deal at $5 than that.
Yes, but are you going to get, but could you say you were converted by the rebel rabbi at $5? No.
$5 get you some bottom basement.
Yeah, $5 gets you some bottom bitch Judaism. That's not good.
Well, what can I get for like 7?
What can I get for 7?
Where's this
Trust
menu we
me,
can see it here?
a circumcision
anyway?
with a rusty knife.
I was gonna say botched
Oh,
circumcision.
jeez.
Oh shit! Never mind. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I forgot about that
that
part.
is.
Never mind.
I was going to say that's part of it too. If you're not already circumcised and you want to become a Jew, welcome to the club, and you have to be circumcised.
Oh shit! Yikes!
That shit is going to be crooked. It would be so crooked. It would be like so wonky.
Crooked. Did they used to do it with a flint knife like in Moses' wife did?
No, you know what? The funny thing is the way circumcision was performed in ancient days is nothing like. It was not a full removal. It was a way to make a scar. So there would be a scar there to show that you had been circumcised. It was not a full removal of the foreskin.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm. And we're not even we're not the only ones. Egyptians also were those who circumcised.
Oh,
Well,
Egyptians were
trying to picture that in my head now.
Yes. There is a lot of archaeological evidence to show that the Egyptians also circumcised. Yeah, they made
Rabbi,
it.
how would you know if a person was circumcised if they didn't just tell you? Like, do y'all have like this practice?
No. So, if you're Jewish, it's assumed that if you're a man, you're circumcised because that's part of the covenant. So there's an assumption that you're circumcised. Although there are Jews who are not circumcising now, because they of body autonomy. I'm completely fine with that. As a rabbi, I don't tend to do brit milahs anyway, which is I don't oversee circumcision. I will do what we call brit shalom, which is like a baby naming or a baby welcoming. But I also happen to be a person who believes in body autonomy, and just like I wouldn't want it done to a baby girl, I can't stand by and watch it be done to a baby boy.
Right. Yeah, I wondered about that. When I used to be a Black Hebrew Israelite.
I'm so sorry, Mama.
I know.
Wow.
Weep for me, weep for me.
Mama, no, Mama.
But when I was one, I remember us having celebrating the Pesach one year, and there was a new couple that had just joined up, and her husband wasn't circumcised, and man, I'm telling you, they dogged that man out. It was awful. It was so terrible.
Oh my gosh.
That's not good.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I had to leave there. That was doing my deconstructing phase. I was just going around trying to find something, trying to hang on to the God.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
I couldn't stay with them. They were a hateful people.
Well, you know how I see God. I'm kind of like, you can stay over there. I'm going to be over here. But if you pull up at my house, I got iron knuckle dusters with your name on it.
Right. Because we all know he's afraid of iron.
That's right. So I figure if I just put on some iron knuckle dusters, I'm bound to win. If Jacob could do it, I could do it.
Absolutely.
That's exactly how I see it. People get mad at me too. Why you think you could beat up God? I'm like, because I'm a Jew, and if Jacob could do it, I can do it. Because God is going to get his ass beaten at Denny's parking lot. That's what's going to happen. These hands are rated E for Elohim.
And Rabbi, I forgot to tell you, I've made friends recently on the political side of this app with a Messianic Jew.
No, you didn't.
Lord.
Those people aren't real.
Come on now. You know better.
I'll have to invite him to our special live and get you to talk to me.
That's gonna be
You know
fun.
what's going to happen? I'm just going to be like, you're not a Jew. Once you cannot ride 2 horses with one ass. You cannot be.
You're just a Christian.
You ride 2 donkeys. It's in Matthew.
You can't ride 2 donkeys with one ass.
Hey, you're just a Christian to me at that point, right?
You're just a Christian.
I don't know.
Mama
Yeah,
asked
I thought
if
it was funny, and I had to tell you.
I almost thought you can see it in their eyes. You can see the sadness.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That just wow. I get that a lot. I'm a Messianic Jew, and I say no, you aren't. Or I get the why do you gatekeep so hard? And I'm you can't see it because I don't have my hair covered, but on my chest, on the left hand side of my chest, I have a yellow star tattooed on my chest that looks like torn cloth, and it says Zakar, which means to remember. Zakor means to remember. And I have that because I am a descendant of Holocaust survivors. These motherfuckers, pardon my Hebrew, by the way, with that, all they have to do is say they believe in Jesus and nothing will happen to them. Whereas my ass would be on a cattle car so fast. Like that's the bottom line. You want to play like if you want to be a Jew until it's time to actually be a Jew.
Yeah, get circumcised. That's scary.
Yeah, everybody. That's what gets me about Messianic Jews. They want to be Jewish until it's time to be Jewish, and then it's no. I believe in Jesus. Fuck off.
Right.
I'm gonna kill you, Dugald, because now I'm up. Now I'm mad.
You're awake though, ain't you?
I'm awake, all right. Now I'm mad. Now I'm just like mother puss bucket.
She has the wrath of Yahweh in her.
I know. I know. Oh, that's funny. See what happens.
Oh boy.
All right. This searcher person is yelling and screaming in your comments.
Oh yeah, I don't even pay attention.
That big worm said the biblical God is evil. Right.
Right. Rabbi, it actually wasn't intentional. I thought you'd laugh, but it did make you mad. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not actually mad. I'm okay.
I know.
I'm not actually mad. I would love to talk to this person.
I'll see if he wants to come up and talk to you because he doesn't know Hebrew yet, so he's trying to learn it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'll send him an invite and we can see if he wants to talk to you.
I'll be like, hello, usurper. I'll be nice.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me the other day that he was the real Israelite.
Oh no.
He was a Christian. He was like, we're really Israel. And I said, what about that scripture that says you're grafted into the branch? Oh no, we're the root. We're the root. So crazy.
Like, how are you the root when you are an offshoot and an appropriation of another?
It's so crazy.
Oh, I had somebody tell me that Judaism was stolen from Christianity the other day, and I was like, "You just said that with your whole chest.
Oh my God!
You just really said that with your whole chest."
All right, Mama Bash. I'm not gonna lie. The BHI is funny to me for that reason too. They're like an appropriation of an appropriation.
It is. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. It makes no sense.
I don't get it. I think it's only scary because they're almost militant about it.
They are militant.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're on the street corners and with the bullhorns yelling at people.
Oh, I've seen the videos of them having like hundreds of people marching all in their purple shirts.
Oh yeah. There's a new group though in Atlanta under a guy named Yaju Judah.
And they think
he's the Christ. He is the Christ.
I've heard of this one. I didn't know he was related to the BHI thing.
No, he's not related to BHI. Well, he is a black Hebrew. He is a Hebrew Israelite, but he's not in that camp. He has his own camp because he's the Christ.
Oh, so it's even more appropriations. Like, what are we doing?
So you're saying that the Christ is living in Atlanta, Georgia right now?
Yep. I heard of it. Yeah. Wait, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. I thought he was living in Florida somewhere.
No, I think he
can live anywhere, y'all.
Christ.
It's always Florida man.
Right. He's Jesus, so he's got multiple properties, Mama Bash.
He can live within you if he wanted to.
True.
Multiple properties.
It's pretty sad.
He out there by Ludacris.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
That's crazy. And because I've debated some people who try to talk, they say that man was real.
Oh yeah, me too.
I was like, he's probably a real person, but why do you all think he's really Jesus? Has he walked on water in front of you?
I got to take care of my kiddo for a minute, so I'm going to mute. So if you don't hear me for a minute, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, Rabbi.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
No, like I've heard about this guy, and it's just fascinating to me that people believe that. Like, it's just like anytime I see those cult documentaries on like Netflix or whatever, and I'm always fascinated because it's like these people display nothing to show you they're divine, but yet you all are like enthralled by them.
It's crazy.
We ought to go join his cult and then like troll him with it, like overdo it and piss him off, like praise him way too much.
Well, they're racist too, though.
Oh,
so you couldn't join because they think white people are evil.
Oh, that's right. We get called Edomites.
Yeah, they call them Edomites, which is so crazy. Like I had somebody arguing with me the other day about Ham, and I was like, you do realize that Shem, Ham, and Japheth were brothers, right? By the same mother and father.
So by the way, it's all still related to the same shit.
Right. So what are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. All the ites were related in some way. Like all these, like y'all, like
Adam and Eve were clones.
Basically.
Yeah. Basically. And Abraham and Sarah were sister and brother.
Listen, I still want to understand the lineage part of Jesus because they try to tell me it's from Joseph, but Joseph is not of the line of David. And then they try to tell me it's from Mary, but Mary's lineage is not traced. And then if it is from Joseph, then that would mean God is not the father. I'm so confused by that.
Right. Yeah, that's really crazy. And they jump through hoops trying to make that work.
Like, I don't understand.
And if
the crazy part is they think you're crazy when they explain that crap.
Yeah.
Look, how do you not get it? Jesus is God.
Jesus should have been a girl if he was born of immaculate conception or whatever they call it.
Right, because otherwise, where'd the sperm come from? Whose magic sperm was it?
Where'd the sperm come? Where'd the Y chromosome come from?
Right, whose magic sperm are we talking about here? Like,
exactly.
What are we doing?
It's divine insemination, man.
I did that as a topic one night. I didn't have a single person who would touch that topic.
They're like, no, we ain't doing that. We can't.
I said, let's talk about Ezekiel 16, where God passes by and sees this young thing, and as soon as her boobs start blossoming and started getting a little pube hair, he's like, hey, come on over here. Let me take care of you. Right. And I started talking about that. Woo.
Like, I keep trying to tell people, just because there's grass on the field don't mean you get to play.
Right. So I was saying that Yahweh was a pedo. They didn't like that.
They don't like truth, Mama Bash. That's the problem. They don't like truth.
No.
They don't like truth.
Yeah, they did not like that. I am going to do, I'm going to do a court case. I'm going to do, bring up 3 charges against Yahweh. And so I'm looking for some people to be on my panel for that. But I've got to find a good Christian who can basically defend him. And I don't have one. I've got plenty of atheists that could prosecute.
Oh yeah, you got like a list of them.
Jews did that during the Shoah. They put God on trial and found him guilty.
Oh yeah. But I want it to be equally represented, and I'm just having so much trouble thinking of a Christian that could actually hold his own. Ideally, I'd like to have a different prosecuting attorney for each of the charges, and I'd like to have some Christian character witnesses and a defense attorney.
We can put out an announcement on various Discords and get you some people.
I would love that. I think it would be really cool.
I'll put out an announcement on mine, and then I can do it on the deconstruction one too.
Yeah, so if you find a cool Christian that can like hold his own.
So you want 4 Christians total, 3 character witnesses and 1 defense attorney?
Right.
All right, got you.
But they need to make sense, you know.
Right. You can't just be any old body.
Right. I don't want McCoy. Have you had McCoy yet, Apostate?
No, I say somebody else's though.
Have you had Q-Top?
Oh, not Q-Top. That boy raps in cursive. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I did have Despicable Daniel on here one time though.
I think I heard
Derek,
talking to
Despicable
him.
Derek, that guy.
Oh yeah.
It's actually Disciple Derek. But Mezzo and Joel was calling him Despicable Derek the whole time.
That's so funny. That is so
Oh yeah,
funny.
Mezzo brought up that divine insemination thing, and he said, he asked the guy if divine insemination was real. And the guy's like, yeah, of course you have to believe it. And he goes, so did God just like send one sperm because it's God and he knew which sperm it would be, or did he have to like drop a whole load in there?
Oh my gosh.
I was crying. I was laughing at that shit so hard.
It's a valid question. Like,
it really is.
It's a valid question.
But y'all know Mezzo, just the way he talks. That was the funniest shit I ever heard.
He's hilarious.
He is so funny.
And
absolutely.
Does that mean he had to drug Mary to like put her to sleep for this, or was she cognizant of it? Like, what was happening?
See, that's the other thing. Like, didn't he destroy the whole world because the sons of God were mating with the daughters of men?
Right?
That's something like that.
So that's so
Can I
weird.
answer somebody real quick in the comments?
Yeah.
Rip, we are not a race. Jews are not a race. We're an ethnicity. That means anybody could be Jewish. The gentleman right here, the apostate ape, he could be Jewish. Mama Bash, she could be Jewish.
Well, you turned me
Dugald,
down, but
she could be. He could be Jewish. What I'm saying is, we are not a race of people. We're an ethnicity of people. We are an ethno-religion. So when you say that, that doesn't make you a race, you're absolutely right. David Diggs is a Jew. He's a black man. There are white Jews, there are black Jews, I can tell you there are Kaifin, Bukharian, Assyrian, Ethiopian, Sephardi, Mizrahi, Syrian, Yemenite. All of those people are Jews. They're not a race. We are an ethnicity. Please get it correct.
They're Jewish by culture. It's what they're born into as a culture.
Yes, you can convert to Judaism. That is how we are not a race. We are an ethnicity. And in fact, it's not conversion, it is adoption. You are learning how to live your life and walk in the skin of a Jew. That's why you can't just go up to somebody and say, I'm a Jew, and a rabbi goes, you're a Jew, like Christianity, where you say, I believe in Jesus, and suddenly they put you up and feed you. That is not how it is in Judaism. In Judaism, you have to learn what it is like to live your life in the skin of a Jew. I didn't disagree with you. We are an ethnicity. We are an ethno-religion, not a race.
Yeah.
And technically, race is invented. Nobody's a race.
Race is not a real thing.
It's not even a real thing.
I don't even think it was a thing in the ancient world so much. Like, I think it's a modern concept.
No, they were more ruled by territory and culture than they were by any visual.
By color of skin, that's right.
Yeah, by any visual issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me just say, I'm an indigenous Jew because my mother is Mexican and Wajaji. My grandmother is a Mexican Jew. My grandfather was Wajaji, Osage. So I am an indigenous Jew to Turtle Island. I am Yaqui and Wajaji and Jewish. That's just how it is. No one cares about the color of skin. The color of skin does not determine whether or not you're a Jew. Just because predominantly white Jews live in America does not mean that all Jews are white.
Right.
Not also to say that Jews aren't white. Let me just be real clear there. There are absolutely white Jews. I have a couple of kids who, if you look at them, they are white Jews. You would not be able to look at them and determine whether or not they're indigenous because they are blonde hair, blue-eyed kids. They are indigenous, but they are white people.
There are Black American Jews. There are Asian American Jews. There are Jewish people in places you don't expect.
Currently, the Kaifin Jews are the only Jewish people in China that are originally to China. They've been there for over 1,000 years. That's where they settled, was in China, and they're called the Kaifin. Do I believe in the OT God? I am an agnostic theist, meaning that most part I am comfortable in the mystery, and on the days that I absolutely believe in the OT God, it's because I want to punch him in the dick and yell, you know why.
Does he have a dick?
Well, clearly he got Mary pregnant.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah, but it was like, it could have been like with a magic wand too, though, couldn't it?
Well, he used a magic wand, all right, but
like, if you aren't gonna drop one in hot, like, what's the point? I cannot believe I just said
just
that on
one though,
national
right?
TV.
Oh
Yes,
shit!
every
You
Homo
made me
sapien
forgot what
can.
I was about to say.
I agree with you, Rip. Every person is from the cradle of Africa. You are absolutely
That's
correct.
why
Every
there's
person
technically
comes
no
from
race.
Africa.
That's actually why there's no race.
Right.
It's literally no such thing as a race.
Yeah, like Rome especially had a very long history of not giving a shit what your religion was or where you were from. They cared what you had to bring to the table. You know, did you have
Right.
some horses?
Yeah.
Did you have some warriors?
They wanted
Did
your
you have
money and your
some
resources. That's what they wanted.
trade? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Nobody gave a shit what. As a matter of fact, the richest guy found at Pompeii when they excavated it was an African American guy. So, like,
Really?
literally, the richest man there was a black dude. Yep.
Yeah, he was a trader, I think. Like one of the
Yeah, he
like
was.
a merchant and they're a high ranking merchant.
Yeah, he was found in a room. They were locking themselves in like these storehouses kind of close to the beach to try to escape the disaster. Of course, they didn't, but there was a bunch of skeletons in there. But it was kind of like they even separated themselves by class in there. Like all the rich people were on one side of the room. They made all the poor people sit on the other.
Class
That
has always
sounds
been the
about right.
problem. Yeah, class
Yeah.
has literally always been the problem. Like human history has always been the problem of class.
Mm-hmm. That's what's
Pretty
going on
crazy to
now
think
in
about.
America.
Classism disguised as racism. Well, I
Exactly.
should say
But it's
classism
truly
using
classism.
racism. We'll
Yes.
say that. Using racism.
Yep.
Which is what it's technically always done. The rich white people in America beginning looked around, realized there was a whole bunch of poor black people and a poor white people and said, you know what? They outnumber us. So y'all need to hate each other so that we don't have to worry about it. And that's what we've
That's
done ever since.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
right.
been going on far too long now.
There are atheist Jews, Glitch. So being an agnostic Jew, and I'm an agnostic theist in that I actually believe in God. I just hold my God to a much higher standard than I think he likes. And I don't have the same conception of God that people do.
No.
It's hard for me to explain. I mean, I've tried to explain it. Dugald's been around.
Yeah.
But
You see your
consumption of
God
God
as
is
having,
outside.
you don't see him as perfect. That's the difference. That's what it really is.
No, well, Jews don't see God as being perfect at all. There's nowhere in the Hebrew text that shows an omnipresent, omniscient, omnipowerful, or all-loving God.
Right. And
Doesn't
that's
say
where the
that.
difference is. That's exactly where it comes from. They see him as perfect. They have no choice. And to admit otherwise would be to go against what they were told to believe. So they have to hold him to this perfection so that they cannot take accountability for any of the actions.
ICE is raiding the news.
Right. Yeah.
It's literally what keeps them from taking any accountability for the God's actions.
Yeah, they made him so omni, they made him impossible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
If they would just accept that he's not perfect and take those omni properties out, this would be a much easier religion to deal with. Truly.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost wish the Bible was more like the Quran, like it was more of a unified voice, because then you could at least get to the point, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't necessarily argue it says this and that when it just says that, you know what I mean?
Right. Because I'm really tired of people telling me the word seize is a loving act.
Right.
I'm sorry. When I seize your property or seize your bank account, how loving the fuck am I?
Right.
Yeah. It's very merciful as well, in case you didn't know.
It's crazy.
It means all love and mercy. Yeah, that's where that divine command theory shit comes from, man. To me, that's the whole reason I do this channel, is just because of the danger of that alone.
Right. But they'll be like, they gave her 30 days to mourn. So
yeah, you have to totally
that is an
dehumanize
adequate time
people.
frame, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's kind of like, well, what if they would have said 3 weeks to mourn? Like that would have been.
Wait, would that have been
right?
your red line? Would you been mad then?
Yeah, exactly. 3 weeks, that's it. That's unacceptable. We can't. It's not enough time.
Ultimately,
Nobody can get over that in 3 weeks.
I could give up debating the God part if they could just answer where the zombies that rose when Jesus rose
Oh, I know.
went.
I love that story.
I want to know where those fucking things went because nobody can tell me. They're still walking around out there.
Yeah,
If this
That was
shit's true, they're
hyperbolic,
still out
Randy.
there. It
That
said
part
they
was
interacted with
metaphorical.
people. And it never said they laid back down.
Yeah. You can't show me where it says they died again. Like,
Right. And the same thing can be said for Eve.
Yeah, that's true. You might
Every
still
other
be
death
walking
they
around.
proclaimed of their main characters, Eve never got a proclamation of death.
Nope.
And they live for a long time, so for all we know, she's still out there, just wandering around, keeping her mouth shut, pissing me off.
I mean, if people lived 2,000 years back then, it's not crazy to think they lived 3,000, is it? Like,
No. So I'm saying, if this shit's real and she's out there just still walking around and she ain't said nothing, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Like, what have you been doing?
she's the Rothschild leader.
What have you been doing?
Still wandering around in the garden.
Right, you could have cleared this shit up ages ago.
Damn.
Cynthia says if they put God in their business name, you know they're crooks. I found that to be true.
Yep.
And the worst one is when they hand you a check and they write in the memo line like Philippians 4:19. It's like, oh, this check is about to bounce.
Right, and I'm gonna tell you now, they're sneaky with it. They'll use biblical language too in their words, like Salvation Army.
Oh yeah,
like they're sly with it. You gotta be careful. They sneak Jesus in there.
Jesus is pretty sneaky. I mean, he snuck into a whole religion here.
Oh yeah,
or snuck into God's family, technically.
Yeah. And they love to tell you they're the most giving people. They give the most to all them charities. And I'm like, yeah, but all them charities just funnel it back to the church. What are you talking about?
Did you know that that's how the did you know that that is how the conspiracy came around that Jews are cheap is because we don't talk about the money we give?
Oh really?
Yeah, because what it is we have a law called tzedakah.
So say you're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's called charity. It means charity. What we have to do, it means righteous. It comes from the word tzedek to mean righteous. And tzedakah means that you have to righteously support. But the highest level of tzedakah is that you give money to a third person who you don't know where that money went to, and the person doesn't know where it came from, because then it's not about you.
Right.
Because if I'm giving money directly, I'm making it about me. Look how I just helped this person. Look how I just helped those people. So if I'm giving money to somebody and I say, you do with this what you think is going to be the best and where it's going to do the most good, I don't know where it went. So I can't derive benefit from that. Oh, look what I did. The people don't feel obligated to me because they don't know where it came from. So they have no feeling of, oh, well, this person did such nice things for me, I have to be good. That they don't have that. This is why we got classified as being cheap, is because we don't talk about it. In fact, a few years ago, it came out that Pink, who is Jewish, she found out through one of her foundations, because somebody dug into it, that she had donated $20 million to a women's shelter in LA.
Oh, wow.
And she got mad because she didn't know. And she was like, you literally just lowered my tzedakah because you did this.
Right.
So now they know where their money came from and they feel beholden to me. Now I know where the money went to when I'm not supposed to and they're not supposed to. You literally just lowered my tzedakah.
Oh, wow. That makes a whole lot more sense. The way Christians do it is just the opposite.
Yeah, we don't tell nobody. If I've given money to people, or I give money to charity, or I give money to anything, or I do anything of the sort, nobody knows about it. And nobody knows about it because if I was like, look what I did, then it's not about what I'm trying to do or who I'm trying to help. It's about me and my trying to feel good.
Yeah.
To be fair, Jesus did say, if you give, don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing. He said you're not supposed to tell anybody, but he also said you're not supposed to pray in public or you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And What was the other one? Oh yeah, you're not even supposed to tell anybody you're fasting. You're supposed to put on makeup so you don't look sick and stuff. It's all supposed to be a secret.
Because it's supposed to be about what you're
I think they grazed over that
about
part.
your outwardly appearance. You're supposed to be doing what you do.
Yeah, they never listen to that part. In fact, I bring it up. People will say, "Can I pray for you?" And I'll be like, "You're a hypocrite if you pray up here in public." And they're like, "Oh, I don't care."
Well, people ask me. I'm just like, I'm good. Thank you very much. I appreciate the thought, but I'm okay.
Right.
Not the people who tell me they're going to do it anyway. I'm going to pray for you anyway. I'm like, and that tells me everything I need to know about how you feel about consent.
They're spiritual graceless. As much as that sounds terrible, it's true. They do not care if you want them to touch their soul or not, or your soul or not. They're after it.
True,
actually. Yeah, they are.
Pick is the reason we became bankers. Is it's the only job we were allowed to do was count money, and then the reason that we had any money after the crash is because we were not allowed to do banking in Christian or non-Jewish establishments. So we had to establish Jewish banks only, because we could not take our money, any money that we earned, we could not put it into a non-Jewish bank. So the only reason Jews survived the crash in the early 1900s is because our money was not in non-Jewish banks. That is
wow,
the only
that's
reason.
cool.
And how we got into Hollywood is because the only thing we were allowed to do was vaudeville. We were not allowed to work in other industries. So this is where the stereotype of us all being funny is because we were comedians in vaudeville. We started out as comedians in vaudeville, and then it was like, oh, that guy over there, he's funny, but you have to change your name. It sounds too Jewish. You think George Burns was named George Burns?
Probably
His name
not.
was Irvin Rabinowitz.
Oh wow.
He changes his name to George Burns, and then suddenly he gets a job because he's funny. And that's if we make people laugh, they aren't trying to hurt us. That is the whole reason why Jews are funny, is because if we're making people laugh, then maybe they won't hurt us.
That makes a scary amount of sense in history. Like a lot of the times that the Jews have been persecuted was because they had a bunch of money when everybody else was broke.
Gay people have had that exact same myth or ideology since forever. Yep.
If we're funny, if I'm making you laugh, then you'll remember me for being funny. You won't try to harm me. And we have a lot of self-deprecating humor because of our own trauma. We try to make light of our own trauma as one of the ways that we deal with it. Like I one of my favorite jokes, actually, it's not deprecating, but it's like Elon Gold talks about how come we don't have Hanukkah trees. And he's like, because there'd be a whole Talmudic tractate on how you're supposed to, how do you go and check the tree? What tree is allowed to be kosher? How do you bring the tree in? Rabbi Yonah says if you bring the tree in with your right foot first, you did it wrong. You have to go back outside. You got to bring it in with your left foot first. Rabbi Kiva says, no, it's okay. As long as you've gone 18 inches into the house, you can do the tree. This is why we don't have a tree. It'd be too much work.
That's funny.
That is funny. Wow. Very traditional there.
I can see it now. It'd be like a literally a decade-long debate before they even decided what decoration was allowed to go on the top.
Not only decoration, but what tree? Well, okay, but what if they want a spruce? Well, can they get any other type of tree? No, they only live around spruce. Well, they can have a spruce, but only if they can't get a fir, because fir is the preferred. I mean, it would be a whole thing. It would be a whole thing.
Wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, a lot of people don't know it, but the Jews actually got kicked out of, like, Britain a couple times in the Middle Ages.
Yep.
Because everybody owed them money, so they just kicked them out.
The only reason I'm a Mexican Jew is because my family was kicked out of Spain, and we came to Brazil.
See, there you go.
My family came to Brazil, went into El Salvador, into Chile, and then into Mexico, Sinaloa, in the 1400s.
Wow. It's a wild world, ain't it?
Yep. I mean, it's true. I mean, people use that as to try and like demonize us. They'll say like 119. or 120 to try and say you're going to be kicked out of more, we're going to kick you out of this country too, that country, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, Galaxy, you there?
I'm here. How you doing?
What's up, man? Are you over 18 and are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm 50,
or you
man.
just got something? Cool. Are you a Christian?
Absolutely. Not the best Christian, but
cool.
I'm actually a Christian. I do believe in Christ.
Cool. Did you have one of these topics you wanted to talk to us about or say something we've been talking about? Or
I just now joined in like less than 3 minutes ago, so I'm not really up to date on what you guys are currently talking about or discussing right now.
Just Jewish history kind of stuff right now, but you can debate us on one of these topics if you want up here.
So why, I don't know, why should nobody be a Christian?
Because Christianity isn't true. It's based on lies from the Old Testament that the New Testament's telling about the Old Testament.
You do realize that the Bible is made up of allegorical, literal, and metaphorical aspects, right? It's not just, anybody has any understanding of the scriptures understands that the Bible is not a literal teaching where everything is to be taken literally. And it's also not completely allegorical nor metaphorical. You do realize this, right?
You should probably tell your fellow Christians that because a lot of y'all don't take it that way.
Well, I drink it that way. I also, the biggest thing that I actually like is the fact that I also believe in free will. Even though sometimes it seems like you don't have a choice in this life that we live, we still have free will.
You ever read Romans 9 before?
Have I ever read what?
Romans 9?
Yeah, now you're wanting to go along the five pigs. Basically, you're bringing up the indoctrination of whether there's free will or you're destined for whatever. I understand the discrepancy within the scriptures. I understand both sides as well.
So you do think that doesn't suggest free will, right?
No, I totally believe it suggests free will.
No, I'm saying it don't suggest free will.
I believe it does suggest free will.
But it says it does not depend on human will or exertion.
I believe that the deepest
God uses each for his own purposes.
The deepest aspect of the so-called thing called free will is when Christ himself says, not my will, but let your will, even though he could have done his own thing. But he said, not my will, but let your will be done. I think free will is pretty evident around all of our peers as well, because you cannot change a made-up mind. Therefore, there's free will. If you could change a made-up mind, then there's no such thing as free will, because that person could be easily influenced. Not that God wanted to be able to do that.
How is there free will when you have a prophesied Messiah that for thousands of years, that would mean that there has to be specific people together, specifically at a specific time, to bring about the lineage, to bring about that specific person.
Can I ask you a question? Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian?
I used to be.
Yeah, you're not no longer, so there's free will. You chose not to be. If
No.
God forced anybody to do anything, then there would be no such thing as free will. But since God don't force anybody to love him, then yes. It's kind of like a husband with his wife. If I had to force my wife to love me, then it wouldn't be a relationship. It would be.
Well, he does. He uses extortion. He tells you either believe in me and love me or you burn.
Well, you've chose not to, so there's free will. There's people that do
freedom
choose.
That's freedom of two choices. That's not free will. Free will would be God says, love me or burn, and I say, no, thank you. I'm going to go do something else altogether. That's free will.
You know what self-autonomy is? I'm one of those weird Christians that believe in self-autonomy. I don't think that we should dictate what other people think, what they should do, et cetera, et cetera. Like that woman out there that's been in a situation where she needs to get an abortion. I'm like, it's her body, self-autonomy. And God doesn't force people to do anything. If she wants to go ahead and have an abortion, she thinks at this moment in her life it'd be worse to have that baby, then she should go ahead and do what she wants. It's her body, it's her mind. She has self-autonomy. She has the ability to choose that. And there's also people out there who want to take those freedoms away. I'm not your typical Christian, just so you know.
I hear a lot of people say they're not a typical Christian, and they end up being a typical Christian.
I guarantee you, I'm not. I can bring up some stuff too that should get almost everybody thinking, but I doubt they'll even want to even listen to it, even a smidgen.
Okay, so my question here is: do you believe that if you don't love God, that you go to hell?
I believe that every knee will bow and every tongue will confess, and it's up to Christ
That's
whether or
not
not
what I
that person
asked you.
goes. I'm answering the question best I can. Do I believe Eskimos are going to hell that never even were introduced to the Bible or to Jesus or heard anything about Jesus Christ? No. God knows where everybody
Okay,
is
so
intellectually and
I know who
spiritually.
Jesus is. I've been talked to about Jesus my whole life. So does that mean because I don't believe in Jesus, I'm going to hell?
God knows where you're at intellectually and spiritually. That'd be when that time comes between you and Him. He'll understand what you went through and why you chose what you chose. So it'll be between Him and you. I can't say whether or not somebody's going to hell or not. That's not my place to choose. There's Indians that lived in this country here in the U.S. where I live.
We are indigenous, by the way. We are not Indians. No, thank you.
Oh my! You don't understand what I'm saying. There's Native Americans that lived here before anybody else even come to this country. I live in the U.S.
I do too.
And they were not. There's many of them that lived their lives and then died. Lived their lives and died. Who were never even introduced to Jesus or introduced about or had said anything to them about Jesus Christ. Period. Do I think that they're going to hell because they were never blessed with the ability to hear the doctrine of Christ? No. That's between God only knows what they've done throughout their lives and the choices that they made, why they made the choices they made.
You just made a statement earlier where you quoted "every knee shall bow," but that's literally anti free will.
No, it ain't.
You literally said
not.
every knee will bow.
Yep. Everybody will have their time. Everybody will have their
free
time.
Will.
There's
That's
nothing wrong
not
with
free
it.
will.
If you're going to hell, you're going to hell.
That's not free will then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
If you said every knee will bow,
all right, you have free will when you're dead. When I'm talking about every knee will bow, every tongue will confess, and then that doesn't pertain to actually this. It doesn't have to pertain to this life. You understand?
It doesn't matter. That's still no free will there if there is no choice.
How do you know there's no free in the afterlife? No free will in the afterlife?
Because you just said every knee will bow, every tongue will confess. There's no free will in that scenario.
Well, you don't have to confess when you go before me, like you've already denied them now.
Then not every tongue will confess?
Ready for this? Thank God that you have that ability.
So not every tongue will confess then?
Will confess that He is Jesus Christ, that He is Lord.
You just said that some will say no, so that not every tongue will confess.
All right. And want me to tell you what the scriptures say? He'll say, see you later.
I don't care what the scripture says because I already know that. There's no free will in the Bible. I'm not worried about that.
Are you ready for this? Let's make it simple for you since you want to go ahead and try to go in the left field. Let's make this simple. I believe in Christ, you don't. We both can't be right. So you think that because I believe in you, you don't, that there's...
Dude.
There's free will.
You're on a tangent. You're rambling. You're ranting. Calm down. Jesus. Get some of that Holy Ghost spirit patience that you all fucking claim.
Stop using Christ's name in vain.
Then shut up.
Shut up, you punk bitch. You wouldn't say this to me if you were in front of
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, let it be. Yeah, I still believe in Christ.
Love of Christ.
Hey, the difference between me and you, I admit that I need Him. You can't even admit that you need Him.
Baby, you haven't seen a woman's body in your entire life. And
I'm married, bitch. I'm married, bitch.
What the fuck?
I'm married, bitch. I see a woman every fucking night, bitch.
I guarantee you, your wife wishes she had a lesbian. Who
the
fuck
it's because people are ignorant. Let me go on and explain this for you. Ready for this?
You're hilarious.
Why don't you use random words right now? Start with the dog, the cat, the car went to the sky, it fell on the ground.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Use randomness to even illustrate your thoughts.
You are wild.
Then sit back and say there's not an intelligent creator behind the existence of everything. You guys make no damn sense at all, period.
You're done. You were done the moment you called my friend a bitch. Who the fuck do you think you're fucking talking to?
I think you get loud with me, I'll get loud with you back. If we were sitting at a table, I probably would have whooped his ass.
Don't set your whole mouth when you
ain't whooping shit.
In your life
shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm in Michigan, bitch. I'll tell you where I live, motherfucker.
Fuck off.
But you better bring a gun, bitch.
You can't beat me. You are big and bad. The love of Christ is not in you, fucker. Shut up.
No, you're not supposed to act like that, man. Colossians 3 says there's not supposed to be any abusive language coming out of your mouth. And Jesus says himself, you're not supposed to do violence unto anyone. You're supposed to turn the other cheek. Oh, you can unmute, by the way, there. I just don't need to so.
I'm the one that at least admits that I need him in my life, period. That's the difference between me and you.
You do.
I don't need your Jesus. You need him.
Sick of going fucking atheists getting loud with me like they're going to get all loud and act all this and that.
He's clearly the only thing that keeps your bitch ass in check.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm not an atheist. I'm a Jew.
Hey, Galaxy, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's the question?
You were saying earlier that if people hadn't heard about this gospel or this good news, that they stand the opportunity to go to heaven, right?
I believe they do.
So wouldn't you think the fairest thing or the kindest thing that you could do for a person is to not tell them? have a greater
That's
chance.
you know what? That's actually a great question. I read that question like 9 years ago, and I actually back then there's things I don't like within the scriptures too. I
So
have
why
to be
don't you
honest with
just
that,
not
and
tell
no, that's
people
a
about
powerful
it?
question. That's a powerful question. It might be better if they not for the people that believe that they are going to hell, but I don't actually believe that. I do believe that we have the ability to choose what choices we make in this life.
Yeah,
Even
but
if
they
they're
wouldn't even have
responding
to
and
stand
saying a bunch
before
of
God
vulgarity,
about that.
profanity, because somebody's ignorant and they want to just talk silly to you, so you give it back to them, and then all of a sudden you're the bad guy.
Right. So
What silly did I talk
Well,
before
your
you called me a
scripture
you
bitch?
says
think
there's
that
not
would be
supposed to be
kinder?
abusive language coming out of your mouth. So, I mean,
Right.
we're not held to
And
that.
you're the first one to use the abusive language because you called me a bitch for no fucking reason.
You got loud with me. Period.
Oh, does that hurt your feelings?
Hey, you wouldn't do it in front of me, you cockbite.
Yes, the fuck I would.
Man, I'll break you
Yes,
down,
the
bitch.
fuck I would.
I'm in fucking Kalamazoo, Michigan, bitch. Where you at?
Then
I'm
drive
your
your
state,
happy
you
ass
pussy
up
ass
to
bitch.
Cincinnati, motherfucker. I
Hey,
don't
sorry.
care.
Y'all, I got restricted again.
Are you okay?
You got
Take
restricted.
some deep breaths and calm down. My God, all it is
You have to drop
TikTok. You're
him.
getting this
You gotta
riled
drop
up.
him.
You're getting this riled up. You're literally out here this riled up. Man, Jesus must be proud of you. Every day, Christians out here making me more happy that I'm a Jew. Every fucking day of my life.
Proving why I should be an atheist.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you can unmute yourself, Galaxy, but you got to start following. We got restricted.
Yeah,
Did
they
it say
don't
for
like
how
that.
long?
They don't like that
never mind.
galaxy.
Did it say for 10 minutes?
Yep. Sorry, man. You can come back up. I didn't even pay attention. I just thought the thing I was laughing a little bit there. But
wow, that's wild. Somebody says they don't like Christ, and you're like, I have to beat you up for it. There is
Isn't that
no
crazy?
love like Christian love, man. I'll tell you.
All because he didn't like the question I was asking. It was a logical question.
And listen, let me just say this. I apologize that I started to crash out a little bit. Dugald is a very good friend of mine. And like, you can say whatever the hell you want to me, but what we won't do is talk about my friends right in front of my face and have me not whoop your ass.
I hear you.
And he don't know me.
Like in Michigan. He's lucky I'm in California because I'll tell you right now, he'd be eating his teeth.
Right. Because here's the thing. What he don't know is I'm ornery as the fuck. So if you want to say that, what I wouldn't say that to your face, you'd be dead wrong. So I would absolutely say that to your face.
That was
I
crazy.
think everybody just says that automatically.
Right.
I'm pretty careful. Like, I've learned in my life that getting my ass whipped never made me feel any better about anything.
Right.
Me neither, but my mouth don't know how to shut up
If you
sometimes.
feel that way, why don't you just stop introducing people to
My wife
Jesus?
would take you out on a date. I'm married. Are you trying to say your wife would take me out? Because I'm married, man. I got a wife right here. I mean, granted, I'm sure your wife hasn't been eating good in a very long time, but that isn't for me because I'm happily married. I could point her in the direction of some lesbians that are free that could do it for you, though.
Yeah. So, JNC, are you there?
I'm here. I didn't mean to request up, but holy wow. Oh my G. Like, that was
That's amazing.
rough. And you know what though? But this is the thing though. Like, I've literally heard my mom like say stuff like this. She's a very Christian, well, she, whatever type of brand Christian she is. And, she's like, I'd be a stick prick without a stick if I didn't have God in my life. I'm like, so you're just a bad person on a leash.
Basically.
Like you need Jesus or God to tell you how to be a good person. Like, that makes no sense to me. Anyways, I didn't mean to request up, but holy wow. Like, oh my God. That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Christian love at its finest.
And you know what? It's very.
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry, I got delayed. I was dropping you back on that, but sorry about that.
Yeah, it was Christian love at its finest. Finest display of
I'm
Christian
telling
love.
you,
Wasn't
I
that
was trying
funny?
to read him
though?
in Colossians. Yeah, in Colossians 3 it says abusive language never supposed to come out of your mouth. And then Jesus is like, hey, turn the other cheek and never resist an evildoer. But Jesus basically said if somebody punches you, turn around and let them punch you again.
Yep.
But
It's funny, it's
dude,
all
you gotta-
because I got quote unquote loud, but yet he wouldn't answer my question and kept talking over me.
Yeah, no
So, yeah. Okay.
The Christianity is not sending us their best. I'm serious. If I'm supposed to turn the other cheek, Jews don't have turn the other cheek. We have something called toecha, which means that you fuck around, you find out. We don't have turn the other cheek. So like, and as my wife
Jews
said,
really don't play.
My wife said it may not be Dean or Sam, but I got a Winchester and you can show up.
Damn. Fenrickson, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm one of those
Are you-
two liberals.
Do what?
I said I'm one of those 2A liberals.
What you got, Fenrickson? What you want to say for us?
Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Dugald. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
What do I got? I was coming up to go crash out for crash out with that guy because I'm a New Yorker and Michiganites don't know what the fuck a crash out is.
Well, thanks, Finn.
I can't say the word here on the TikTok, even though I'd like to, but as my wife would put it, we are hillbilly Fs. We got a junkyard and ain't nobody gonna find you. Plus we got a couple of pigs. And just since we're trading information here, did you know 2 full-grown pigs can eat 135 pounds in about 45 minutes?
I did not know that.
Galaxy, you're from
I do.
Kalamazoo, Michigan. I don't know if you really want to say anything right now, okay? Get out of here.
Right. Galaxy, you're a snowflake. Calm down. Don't be a snowflake. It's okay.
It's a fuck New York.
Drink some coffee, my guy. Calm down.
I mean, how are you going to be this riled up? It's not even fucking afternoon.
My favorite
really.
thing about New York is it's Islamic now.
Yep. Islamic Socialist Caliphate. Yep. We gotta go.
Fuck yeah. Alabama's next.
Man, if Alabama became Muslim, I would really lose my mind.
Feet you could be washing.
I would love it.
His feet washed.
Oh, we just told a Muslim school they couldn't move to our city.
Yeah, Alabama will do that. That fucking governor we got up here, that Tuberville guy, he's clearly xenophobic. I mean, piece of shit of the highest order.
I get a lot of those on my lives. A lot of
This is my life. People come on my lives and they behave themselves. I don't understand it. Even people who are mad at me, they never yell at me on my lives. I go into other lives and they yell at me, but on mine, they're just like, I have a question for you. Even like P. Mars, he behaved himself until Josh came in and was like, listen, you son of a monkey's, idolatrous whore. Until Josh did that, that guy was nothing but polite to me. No degree required. I don't know if you've ever met him, apostate.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
He's been and never has been anything but polite to me, and I'm like, I don't know why, because I know I got a mouth. I don't know why nobody wants to yell at me until I'm in somebody else's live, and then it's like, Rabbi, you come into my space, people are like, oh, I have a question for you.
What's funny is I get called the N-word, which is weird because I'm almost translucent some days. Like I don't know what is happening there. I get called the F slur, obviously. I get all the words. I get all of it. Like,
oh my goodness, that restriction was because of Rabbi.
Really? Do you want me to?
No, it just went. It's gone now.
I am so sorry.
Just 10 minutes.
No, it's not that.
We
You
didn't
gotta
even
tell me
drop.
the
No, it's not
restriction
a big
because
deal.
of the way I
Trust me.
went off on that guy, because I went like string of like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Like TikTok heard you out of all that. That was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, it's gone now though. I just saw it. I forgot how to check them.
Oh,
it's amazing how the
My wife
racists,
said
the
she
anti-Semites, and the bigots always never get the flag, but yet the people who
Oh
are
yeah.
the receiving end of it always do.
My wife just said she'll stop feeding me stuff so that you don't get flagged again because she was helping.
Oh, this does say it says Rabbi and that other lady right here. No, I'm just kidding.
And that other lady right here says that verbatim.
Exactly. Just read it.
Rabbi, you want to know something wild that happened last night?
What happened, Fen?
Last night, my live was actually on topic.
Oh,
No way.
Yeah,
with
right? Isn't that
Christians?
wild?
That
You
is
had Christians on there,
wild.
Finn?
What's that?
Did
You
you
had
have Christians
Christians?
on there?
No, it was all friendlies, but we were actually talking about the prompts that I had up on my screen.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
I just
Also,
made a
if you
new
had a
background that I can switch out the topics on. I was on with my friend Dr. Taharka a day, and he had created a background where he could switch out the topics, but the background stayed the same. So I asked him how he did it, and I managed to do that. So now I have the same background, and then I can just go in and it literally says above it today's topic, and then I can put in whatever I want to talk about.
Oh,
And
nice. Is
so
that on Canva?
I used partially Canva, and then I already had like somebody had drawn up a little chibi of me, and so I kind of used that
Aw,
little chibi. Oh, I'm adorable. Here, hold on, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
Hey, Mama, so just some context. I don't get ops on my live. I get friendlies who want to piss me off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I get friendlies who are like, the New Yorker needs to get poked.
Wow. Oh, that's cute, Rabbi.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I got that idea. I did. I stole it from my friend Taharka, who literally has, and I look cutie, right?
Yeah, you really do.
I'm wearing my Sacred Chaos shirt that I actually own. I use it every time I'm doing a Sacred Chaos interview, which I got a new one coming up with Professor Kevin Carnahan on Wednesday.
Is that a utility kilt?
Yes, it is.
Look at that.
Because I don't wear pants, and so because of that, I don't like skirts. So my wife suggested kilts, and I love my kilt.
Nice.
I gotta start up my kilt collection again.
Oh yeah, kilts are the best, and plus all those pockets. Are you kidding? That's what women want. We want more pockets.
Well, that's cool.
I think that's when you make it. When people start doing like fan art of you, that's when you know you've made it.
Oh yeah.
I think that also I noticed on one of my videos the search was Rabbi Hannah, that rebel rabbi, and I was like, I've arrived. I am now part of the search of TikTok.
That is cool. That was just inviting somebody up here. I'm trying to, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Well, we got a few minutes we can go on here.
Come on up, Christians.
Yeah, for real.
We won't yell at you. We won't yell at you. If you don't yell at us, we won't yell.
I was going to say, as long as they behave themselves, because I can't care. I mean, I will try to behave myself.
Oh yeah, they're being nice. We'll be nice. That guy just had a chip on his shoulder. I don't know why.
It's because he's from
really
Kalamazoo,
mad.
Michigan. I would have a chip on my shoulder too.
He's mad because it's cold. Is that what we're saying? He's mad because it's
No,
cold.
because he lives in bumblefuck nowhere.
That's a Christian county.
He lives too close to Canada to be counted.
It probably is.
No. Oh, that's funny. But we still got, let's see, what do we got here? I got about 20 more minutes I can be up, so we got time for at least one more hollering match here, I guess. It's not what we prefer, but
Come on up. You got some good topics up there.
Well, I'll drop.
Yeah,
I know my image looks very satanic to them, so maybe I'm imposing and intimidating. So I'll drop down, guys. Have a wonderful weekend or week. Wow, it's not even Friday. What am I talking about? Whatever this day is.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's just started. Oh God,
it's Tuesday.
Bye, friend.
Bye.
All right, Ben. Oh, there you go. Oh, he dropped back there. His profile picture was pretty scary.
That was, wasn't it?
Yeah. But we'll give it a couple minutes here and see if we can pull one up. Let's see, where am I at? 1,831 followers right now. That is crazy how fast this channel is going.
You are on a roll.
I
How
can't
long
believe
have you
it.
been doing this?
Not for a couple months.
Like day
This is
65?
this is day 68. Actually, I said 68 yesterday, but I was a day ahead of myself. This is my 68th day in a row. It's about my 10th stream altogether. But I've only been on TikTok, I think, since late July, August, something like that.
I was wondering why I hadn't seen you before, because I thought I knew all of the people in the deconstruction community because of how wide people send up what I call the Rabbi signal all the time, which is, Rabbi, can you come help with this Hebrew? Hey, Rabbi, can you come help with Isaiah 53? Hey, Rabbi, Daniel 9. Do you think you have a minute to come over here and help with Daniel 9?
Yeah. I love that the community is like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that guy were on my show and I needed somebody to give him a good cursing out, I'd send out the bat signal for Lords.
My wife is good for that. She loves to cuss the people out.
I'll tell you, I've done that to Lords too, where I'm like, listen, Lords, I don't know if you're busy, but somebody needs a run-in for filth, and I think that you're going to do it better than me. So do you mind?
Yeah, she is like that.
Yeah. My wife will do that. She'll cuss you out, and we've adopted Ariel, who will cuss you out too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
There's that.
So I grew up in
awesome.
I've been a Christian all my life, like over 50 years. And I grew up in church. So, and I was a staunch Pentecostal holiness for like most of my adult life. So I didn't go bowling, swimming, skating, to movies, dances. I didn't listen to secular music. I was just like in a cult. So I don't know curse words. I don't know how to curse. I just never learned the language, and so I love it when I hear people do it right. But I don't know how to do it. So if somebody comes on my live and
we'll
they act
teach you.
up, and I don't have anybody that can curse them out, I just drop them.
I'll teach you, Mama. Generally, a couple days ago.
It's not hard. We got a whole book.
I was in a live that I mod for, that I've been modding for a really long time, and some guy thought he would tell me to eat he told me to go make him a sandwich, and I told him I was full from eating his mama already. And that what he needed to do was go make her a sandwich because she was worn out.
Oh
and,
my gosh, you got him good.
See, this is, I'm waiting. It's because I'm a Jew. We're all funny.
Mama Bash, if you ever need somebody to cuss somebody out in white, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
I like to reach out into the community and go, hey, I got a clown in here. I need somebody to set them straight.
I can come up with a bunch of buckaroos and listen here, pals, all day long. We got this.
Listen, Pumpkin.
Listen, Mr. Tutti Frutti.
My wife is a security manager, and she used to get these guys with big trucks who would come in, and they would like talk down to her because she's a woman. And so she would be like, listen, sweetheart, I get bigger boys than you coming through here all the time. All you need to do is listen to me. And they'd like look at her. She'd be like, or listen, Pumpkin. And I'm just like, sweet cheeks, Pumpkin. I'm like, I love it so much.
That's so funny. Bash does that. My son, he when he starts getting angry, he calls him
handsome.
Handsome. He calls him handsome. That's when I know he's getting fed up, when he starts calling you handsome.
Because it throws them off and they don't know how to respond to it. I think it's funny.
I just saw Justin pop up.
I've seen Bash do it so many times. They start talking a certain way, and he'll be like, listen, gorgeous. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Hey, Apostate, do you know Justin?
Justin, which Justin? The
Deconstruction Zone Justin?
I don't know him personally, but I am a member of the Cracking Crew Elite, yes.
Cracking Crew, oh yeah.
Justin's awesome. I'm a mod for him. He's awesome.
Hey, Dr. Josh.
Oh yeah, I've been watching him well over a year now, since probably early on in his little journey there.
That sounds like something I would say, poo-poo face, because I don't have any cuss words.
I was going to ask, were you in here a little bit ago when I ran that guy, or did you have to go off and you're just back because you missed a good one?
Oh yeah, you missed a good one.
You missed a real good one.
I like it because sometimes Justin will let me hang out on his panel, and I get to make some funny quips at Christians he cusses out, and it's funny.
Oh yeah, you missed a guy from Kalamazoo.
He thought he was going to crash out on Dugald and didn't realize that he was talking to the wrong fucking one.
He's talking to the wrong few there.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, Dr. Bowen, that's all you missed. Some guy being disrespectful for no damn reason.
Yeah, he wasn't listening to Jesus.
Not even a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
No.
like he just heard of Jesus today. Like,
He had heard that the guy was, but yeah.
Yeah, my question
Can I
for him was
mention?
such a valid question for Christians. Like, if you think that they're going to have a better chance before your God, if they don't know, then just don't tell them. Why don't y'all just be quiet?
hey,
That's what I think too.
like leave me out of your mess.
Yeah, leave me out of it.
But
I don't need nothing to do with it. I love it when I tell people, because I think of Josh as Josh. I keep forgetting people are just like Dr. Joshua Bowen. And so I will say something like, I don't know if you've read Josh's book, but his book on, his Atheist Guide to the Old Testament, volume 1 and 2 are really good. And I'll say something like that. And somebody will be like, are you talking about Dr. Joshua Bowen? And I'll say, yeah, Dr. Joshua Bowen, because to me, he's just Josh.
Yeah.
Like he is the guy I go to. Even I will look at his stuff and be like, hey, he's the guy. If you want to talk about slavery, he's your guy. Is slavery in the Old Testament? That is the guy that you go to. I will recommend his books all day. And then like in when it comes to certain linguistics too, because he's a philologist. So even I'm like, wait a minute, do I have this verb right? I'm going to go and see how Josh would render this verb, and I'm going to see if I'm rendering it the same way. And then if I'm not, why am I seeing it differently? That's something Kip and I did the last time I was on. Kip, because, oh, so you're taking this verb and you're seeing it this way. And I'm like, yes, and here is why. And I don't think about it. And so then from the outside, when somebody's like, oh, you're talking about Joshua Bowen, and I'm like, yes, because I think everybody knows who he is.
I know. We
love Dr. Josh here. I blast his books out every day.
I love his books. His books do not do him justice. He is an amazing human being. I'm in the middle of reading a first draft of a book that he has coming out that, oh my Lord, I cannot tell you how amazing it is. It is beyond amazing. It is going to just.
Is it a biography?
I wish it was. No, he's in the middle of doing a book on Leviticus, and it is, holy crap, I'm about halfway through all of his commentaries on it and how he's rendering things, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so good. I texted him and was like, I'm halfway through this book, Josh, and it is so freaking good. It is so I'm sorry. I know I'm hyping him up, and he doesn't need it, but he is an amazing, and as a human being, I will just say that I've been very lucky. I have not always had a lot of luck with having friends in my lifetime. And the people I've made as friends in the deconstruction community, Josh, like Dan, Kip, Vishanti, Dugald, people on this app who are amazing human beings. I have been very lucky in that way.
Love you, Rabbi.
I agree.
He has right now the book
We're
that
all
I'm currently
so cool.
The book that I'm currently reading isn't out yet, so I can't really talk about it.
Okay.
But if you want really good books from Josh, if you want really good books from Josh already, I would suggest he's got the Atheist Guide to the Old Testament, volume 1 and 2. He does have a book on slavery in the Old Testament. That is a really great book. He just put out volume 1 of the Beginner's Guide to Hebrew. If you have never even seen a Hebrew letter in your life, this will teach you how to read Hebrew, how to read biblical Hebrew. You don't even have to have ever seen a letter. This book will teach you how to read Hebrew. I actually have tested it with my own students, my own rabbinical students, to see how they like it. I've been like, all right, we're going to look through this book. And because these are students that already read Hebrew. But I'm like, do you think as someone who just reads Hebrew, could you use this book to help someone else read Hebrew? So if you don't have your hands on those books, those are absolutely necessities, especially if you're in the deconstructionist community.
I haven't even had that book for a week, and I have a middle school education, and I already know the alphabet and can write half of it.
Oh my God!
In less than a week.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It is so good. And then, of course, Dan's book, The Bible Says So, is an amazing book. I picked up Kip Davis's God's Propaganda, and I'm about halfway through that one too. And holy crap, that is so good. That is definitely a scholarly work. It is dense. It is, if anything you ever wanted to know about like ancient Near Eastern belief systems and how it connects to the Bible and how it connects to prophets. Oh my Lord, it's so good. But that's Dr. Kip Davis's God's Propaganda. It is a tome. Oh my Lord, it's so good. And only
get
because
him
of
up here
Josh,
sometime and asked about some Isaiah Pesher. That would be really cool. I'd be really interested in that.
because of Josh, because I did a thing. I'm in the middle of writing a book called Rebel Torah. And I knew that if somebody didn't know about it, I wouldn't write it. So I sent my outline to Josh and was like, because that's to keep me accountable. Because now somebody knows I'm writing it. I have to actually write the thing.
Right.
He got a comment that said this book has too many words.
That's what I was laughing at.
It does. It's a great book, though. It is so good.
See that? Because people don't like to read anymore.
Our brains
when
have
I
been
read,
taught
I usually get audiobooks.
That's because our brains have been taught in the last decade or so to only consume media or any type of media, whether it's written or otherwise, in 30-second to a minute long, grabs.
Thank you. You only saw the outline. I'll have to send you the first chapter I did and let you see how it is. Because he's kind of been my hype guy, as in, like, go write the thing. Just write the thing. Just write the thing. And mine is not, it's more like my interpretation of the way that we can look through the Torah in a different lens. And so my very first chapter is on Adam, Lilith, and Hava. How the silencing of both Hava and Lilith are present right from the jump. That we see, Hava does not tell a lie. She does not lie. She says this is what happened. And yet she is demonized. Suddenly people believe original sin. I mean, Jews don't, but original sin comes from Hava, when all she did was actually tell the truth. Lilith is told, if you don't want to be subservient to your man, you're going to be the mother of all demons. Those are the two choices you make. Either subjugate yourself or do this. So I really deep dive into that. I go into David and Jonathan. I go into the Akita. I go into the taking of Dinah, of Joseph and his Technicolor coat. I know it's not Technicolor, but you know, I go into all of these different patriarchs, matriarchs, and stories that have been sold to us one way, and say, what if we were to step back and see it through just a slightly different lens? And it is Rebel Torah. And that's why I named it that, is because it is going to make some people go, what the hell are you talking about? You've just done this thing. And then some people are going to love it, hopefully.
Sounds awesome.
Josh says it's going to be off the hizzy. I think that's what he was saying.
I think that's what he said.
I read that as he hazy.
Well, he's white, so.
Yeah, he didn't know. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and also for everybody out there, don't forget, this October in Alabama is the Rocket City Reason Conference. Thinker's going to be there, Mama. I didn't even say that till last night.
Oh my God.
I'm
definitely
Huntsville, October.
Rocket City. That's awesome.
Yep, it's going to be the Rocket City Reason Conference, and the Godless Engineer and his wife are putting that on, his wife, KC. And there's going to be Forrest is going to be there. Seth Andrews is going to be there. Gutsy, I mean, there's a plethora of
awesome.
big old names going to be there. Heck yeah.
You know when,
and of course, the 8's going to be there.
October? You know what the date is in October?
I think he said it's the 23rd, 4th, and 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no. Hang on. Because you know, once a year we have the Magic City Classic. It's the largest HBCU rivalry in the country. And there will be 200,000 people coming to town for that, and I hope it's not on that date.
Do you know the dates on that?
It's the.
Oops, good. What happened to Mama there?
Oh, I just went to check the calendar. It looks like this year it's going to be the October 23rd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think his might be on that day, but he's having it for 3 days. So I mean,
So I'll get to make at least one of the days. I might miss the 23rd because that's like a huge. It's a huge event at the restaurant. Like I always host like the Coca-Cola Classic. There'll be 400 or 500 people there. It'll be huge.
Oh goodness gracious! Well, I'm probably going to come Saturday. I saw your menu and that looked unbelievable. I was like,
it's gonna
holy
be
crap!
Great. It's gonna be great.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make it the Saturday after work. It'll be awesome. I'm gonna make sure I'm good and hungry.
You work every day during the week?
I usually work. Well, I don't have a normal job, but I usually work Monday through Saturday. So I usually only take off on Sundays. But some days I don't actually even work, so it's not like I'm working 10 hours a day, 6 days a week either.
Okay. Nice.
Not so bad. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to make it by there. I saw the menu. I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, guys. Dugald, I appreciate you coming up on the panel, buddy. And Rabbi, it was great to meet you and also appreciate you coming up.
No problem. Thanks for having us up.
Yeah, this has been a super cool live here.
Thank
You never know what's going to happen. That's why I keep doing this every day.
Right.
And I think we got everybody plugged. We was just talking about Dr. Josh's book there, usually plugging on the way in and on the way out. But all right, guys, let's see.
Again, his book is awesome. Yes, please watch it. Please get it if you want to learn anything about the Old Testament, anything about like slavery, and if you want to learn Hebrew. He also has Akkadian. If for some reason you'd like to learn Akkadian, that's also another one that is really good. Or is that one not out yet? I might be wrong in that one.
No, I think he does that one. He's got a Sumerian course.
That's Sumerian.
Yeah.
Which is, it's Akkadian. So I think that's just titled Sumerian, but it's Akkadian for sure. But alrighty, guys. Well, I appreciate the heck out of y'all. Back at you. What a day it's been. What a day. We have Mama come back after surgery, so we know Mama's good. So it's been a wonderful day.
It has been.
Well, I got to yell at one of the Christians.
That was wild. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And we will catch y'all tomorrow for day 69. And I will be back. That's right. But all right, guys, y'all have a good one. We're about to drop it. Peace out, y'all.